Welcome to Perpetual Players. I'm your GM, Christian. The situation has continued to evolve for the Menagerie of Fate. Deacon finds himself trapped in the bowels of a submarine. Kaelin boarding that submarine, ready for anything. And Aeus standing by on her boat for the worst to happen. I'm not going to waste your time. There's only one way to find out what happens next. Let's get moving. Back on the boat, as you are sailing, you see it surface like a shark just above the water.
If there is a way, I just would like to pocket a rocket.
It is too big.
It's too big.
It's like size 4. It's like the size of a great sword.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Is that a rocket in your pocket, or are you happy to see it?
I hate that I was thinking the exact same.
Somebody had to say it. We were all thinking it.
So as it surfaces like a shark from the water, everybody starts making, the standard man battle stations, beat to quarters, all of that. But no fire ever comes. The doors even snap open, but no fire comes.
Kaelin, you did it. Go.
I'm going.
And so they're tailing behind. At this point, I need Kaelin, I need you to make a test on the ship to ensure that you're able to be close enough and ensure the ship gets you close enough.
Done.
66.
66.
That is done, yes. So you kind of swerve in front of the ship.
Wait, it's also a double success because of my count.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, wait. No, it's not. I lied. I'm a liar.
I was like, damn, a double success?
I can't run. Never
Okay.
mind. It almost was.
That was not English. What you
So
just said.
you jump on the top, and there's a small little hatch. I need you to make a might check, because as soon... Oh, that worked.
15. Mommy Kaelin.
You bust it open.
Plant mom. Plant mom.
Plant mom.
At the
plant-
same
Take your counters
time-
because of that. Take your counters because of that.
At the same time, the doors that Deacon had close up. Deacon, from your perspective, the doors opened automatically. Nothing happened. And then they suddenly closed.
Okay.
You hear a... what do you do at that point?
What was the guy's name? I didn't write it down.
Cineric.
Sideric.
Sideric?
Cineric.
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 With a C.
Mm-hmm.
Cineric.
Cineric.
Not good.
Where? How are they going to try to stop us? What's the next step?
They're going to go back under... And then a little blossoming red flower comes out of his head.
Oh.
By that, I mean that in metaphorical terms. I realize in this world, blossoming red flowers are a real problem that people have to deal with.
Yeah.
No,
But also, this is what fucking happened with what's-his-face
Yes.
in the first episode.
A bullet busts out through his head, and you hear a loud bang. Standing...
So Cineric dies?
Cineric falls to the ground, gaping wound in his head. Behind him at the entrance to this room, to the munitions room, is a Kokutan woman of stocky build, wearing the sort of furs and tons of loyalist tattoos.
Gross. Icky.
Sergeant Claudia.
So it would appear that even the deep folk can be capable of betrayal. Very unfortunate.
Just so I know,
matter. Yes?
they cannot turn their weapons back on, right?
I mean, no, they unless if she, in theory, if she disables you, she could load these individually and fire them at a slower rate than previously.
Sergeant Claudia, I presume.
Most unfortunate what you have done. I had to waste a perfectly good explosives officer. No matter. She puts her hand on another pistol. No.
Pay.
No.
Pay for the sins that you have done.
You will pay. You will pay gravely, strange.
And I'll rush up into her, and I will try to
advantage or damage.
Damage.
Okay.
Damage.
It's okay. I need to pull out a placeholder.
Fuck my life.
1 second.
Okay,
1 second.
I would like to.
Not a lucky number.
No.
Okay.
Because I am not going to enforce the conversation I had about kicking during combat. I'm not going to enforce. I've talked about that. I'm not going to enforce it today because I reminded you all of the trauma of you also lose counters when you fail rolls by more than 10. So consider me a kind and forgiving GM. Because I would say you can't use a specialty if you didn't declare it before you went into the combat roll. But anyway.
Shit. Okay.
But anyway.
I feel, just so you know,
Yeah.
I feel like it should be in the game understood that if a roll does fail, specialties would just be used anyway. So, right, like, it should be understood by the GM, right? That I would kick my roll if it fails anyways?
Not necessarily.
You may choose a different specialty based on the tier.
I don't want to get into a game design conversation in the middle of this because I'd rather.
I'm just I'll just count it as noted, and I'm ready to kick it.
All right, what are you trying to kick it with?
Can I kick it with torture?
No.
Can I kick it with knives?
Yes. Well, yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah, it's a knife.
Yeah, it's kind of a knife. Insofar as all swords are just big knives. Go ahead. I'll tell you, no matter.
Are those lucky numbers? 62, 76?
Oh,
No.
you do not beat her 3.
Oh.
Okay.
So how many counters do you have?
I have 18.
Cool. That's a nice 19 counters on her.
Okay. So the second I see what does she do in that? Did she damage me or did she advantage?
No, she advantaged. You charge her with your thing, and she just
Satoxi, okay, not a thing.
Okay, whatever. You charge her, and she just, very used to this head-on kind of assault, just goes. Because again, these are very tight quarters. She just goes bop, and pushes you into the rocket rack. Doesn't damage you, but just kind of like with that little love tap throws you off balance. We're gonna.
I'll do an advantage roll, trying to roll away.
Okay.
So a movement.
Yes.
Advantage roll. It's a double success.
Okay. So you duck away. Take your counters. No, you get you're at 20
You have
because
20 counters.
Oh, I won. Okay.
Yes, you get those counters, but you don't get the counters from from your
roll. Okay.
from your bonus.
So I get 20 counters back
because there were 20 counters in circulation right now.
Great.
Okay. We're gonna pause there as you start kind of like rolling around. Kaylin, you duck down. You dive down. Water follows after you. The other one is not locked, so you're able to just kind of close that behind you so you don't sink the whole fucking thing. Using Aes's designs, from where you are, you just have to keep going down this ladder to get into the cargo hold. You pass the floor that Deacon is currently on. You hear the sounds of struggle underneath. Don't even...
What the fuck? What the fuck?
It's not my job. It's not
What?
my job.
I think
You're still muted. You're still muted, Kaylin.
It's not my job. No, I
Oh
It's
boy,
not my
will you pay? Oh.
don't. You're fine. Not my job.
Okay.
It's one person. It's not like five.
Oh
Not
yeah,
my
it's
job.
not like it's a sergeant of an entire people.
That's not how that. That's
Aren't
not how
you-
militaries work.
Aren't
whatever.
Aren't you a leader of people yourself? You're fine.
Anyway, moving on. Kaylin, you creep down underneath. You creep down underneath, and as you step down, first off, this is cramped as hell. So I will remind you of your event. You have body shift large or body shift giant or whatever
I
that.
have giant. So at -5 dex enclosed corner.
Yes. So keep that in mind as you're living your life. And so in these cramped quarters, you get in tight, and hunched over as you drop down into the cargo hold, you see 12 chained Floranians who look up at you, and in a way that I could only compare to like a parent seeing Santa Claus. As the
Hi, hey guys. We're gonna get you out of here. Let's.
the one of them just like the whispers start to emerge. Madam Kaylin, is that you?
Yeah. Hey. Hey, guy. Long time no see.
Why are you here?
To get you out. You guys have been taken prisoner, so I thought we'd come get you.
Madam Kaylin. This was a plan. The one you recognize is Petrus, and he's a little bigger than all of them. He reveals that he kept his hand somehow. And he just and Petrus is like a little more world weary. He's maybe a generation on top of everybody else around him. And slowly but surely his fingers start to split into like little twigs and he's like, Madam, don't worry about us. And he like pops the lock on his shackles and does some like a little bit of Floranian magic to like repair his hand.
Sorry, my dog is barking.
We're supposed.
I'm lost.
We didn't want to be saved.
What was the? I'm carrying a backpack of hands. I killed 3 people. When I found out you guys were taken. Because I thought they stole you. I killed 3 people.
We were stolen. We were.
Okay.
We're planning to be martyred. Don't you?
They're trying to martyr themselves.
Pieces and he looks at you and he gets very close as they're like muttering. Pieces and orchid. We are just simple gardeners trying to tend to it. But at the same time, we need to remove all those who dare try to destroy it. We understand that we're sorry to put you in this position. I never would have wanted this for you, but this isn't. He like smiles and like in a weird way, like that like a deeper green hue forms up. He like kind of blushes through. We were we're going to get the home islands involved.
And do what?
Frigelia. We live there for 3 years now. We've been fighting, fighting who? For some lady growing crops with slaves? That's not our world. That's not the world we want to be. The good mother told us that we know what we need to do. We can free these people. You know. Your mother created the sleeper's rot. You saw what it does. We could win this war in seconds. We could destroy the deep folk. With no home islands to go back to, the Shellians would be free. Nobody would need to guard their plantations or hunt them down or interrogate them. Nothing. We could do that. It's all clear to us.
Okay. How can I help?
Just help us. I just need you say you brought the hands?
Yeah, actually. I just unload the backpack.
That's so well, that's all of them. Well, that should make growing them back easier. Give me some, if you could help me fuse them in.
Yeah, I mean,
and
if it would help, I've actually got a bit of sleeper's rot on me. Just if it would help. If not, I'm willing to keep it. But
I don't think we could use that and let it out. That may be a better plan. Our plan was going to be that we were going to explode the. You're going to explode the sub, and then our bodies would wash up on the home isles in a few weeks.
Yeah.
And then, but if you release sleeper's rot, that would mean
once this ship is heading to the Deep Folk's mainland.
He
with their ruler.
He starts like.
I think the best way to take them out is to just do it there, ourselves.
That does make sense.
Saves a bit of time and goes straight to the top.
That makes a lot of sense.
That makes so much sense.
If we, all right, all we have to do then is just let.
My fucking god.
If we, how'd you get here? On a boat or did you?
Yes, we have a boat straight up.
Perfect.
I have a friend on this boat. I'd have to grab.
Well, so do we. And he points backwards, and there is a crate with air holes cut into it, and like multiple chains.
Greta?
If you could, we just need to let. We could just free the mother, and.
Are you talking about Greta?
She's.
No.
She's the gold. Sorry, I know that's hard to explain considering our culture, but no, over time, we call her she's taught us the horrors of this war.
Mm-hmm. They're working for her.
We know that we've been doing wrong and we've been fools, and she's educated us.
How are they working for her? What? How do they even know her?
And we're gonna cut over to Aes.
I'm gonna go stop my dog. Okay.
What the fuck? What
We're
the
gonna
fuck?
cut over to Aes now. Aes, you still have your task of trying to disable this thing.
Yeah, so, I was gonna hit it with depth charges to kind of, like, knock it off of its course.
Yeah, I
And
think
force it to...
so
that if they are involved in anything inside,
yeah.
it would possibly... It would kind of set everyone to a net zero.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what would happen.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping to do. And if I could try to keep it towards... So once to knock them off kilter, I would want to hit from the bottom.
So what I'll tell you is, if you hit at Moss, if you hit at anything less than 10 Moss, that is guaranteed to trigger an immediate 3 pushes on everyone involved. On everyone on the ship right then.
So
a
that
change
would be
of
3
environment.
counters to mine.
Okay. 3. That would be the equivalent of if you rolled a push. That would wipe all counters. On the
so
board.
it would intensify the situation
It would
3 times.
Right.
It would take away all of the counters that are currently in play and set everybody back to a level playing field.
But that's if I have a Moss less than 10.
If you hit a Moss between 10 and 35,
That's what happens.
then you would no. If you hit a Moss of 10 or 35, you would damage, or sorry, of 30, 10 or 30, 10 to 30, brain's a little
got
fraz.
Okay, yeah, I'm understanding.
You would damage the systems of the ship, and you would need to land, and after, like, 2 or 3 of those, depending on situations inside the boat, that would render them stopped. If you go over 30, there is a chance you
Wrecking the boat.
could damage the boat in some way, and possibly even leading to a breach.
A Moss of 30 isn't crazy. Like that, I don't know if that will really happen. That's a lot.
That's a lot, and the target's currently 40 anyway, so...
It's just, it's your flat
Yeah,
attribute.
so I would say
but it's...
just.
Wait, it's 40 plus my counters.
Yes.
Which is...
And if she doesn't hit any Moss, it just doesn't work.
If she
And
fails,
the
she just
counters-
misses. Yeah.
Great. Okay, great.
If you use the volatile ones, if you use the more volatile ones, there is a chance that they would miss. But if it does succeed, your success, you have so using the battery ones would be a minus 10 to complete the roll. But if it succeeds, it's automatically plus 10 to the Moss that you succeeded by.
That's a last resort, because hopefully they could get people up, even if the ship is still moving.
That's true.
So, yeah, with my knowledge, I'm just going to try to still stop the boat.
Okay. So roll on.
So that is a Moss of 14.
14. Okay, so that's one damage to the boat, but nobody inside of it is rattled, which is nice.
Nice.
Okay, but every success I still get the 4 counters from the boat,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So that means that I can do real damage to this boat quickly.
Yeah.
So
if you really lay
so
into
we want
it.
to pick it up in there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to leave now. Well, actually, no. I
Apparently you're
need
trying to
Deacon to
kill
leave.
everyone.
I need Deacon to leave. I can
Okay,
stay.
this is
You
great.
can
That's
free the
great.
mother.
Look at your text. Look at your text, because we're on the same page.
This is all so fucking insane. We gotta kill the fish.
Deacon.
Okay.
Going over to
Okay.
Deacon.
Now,
You're currently in
narratively,
the fight.
Christian.
Yes.
Walk me through where she is,
You are-
opposed to me.
You are in the small, tiny, round hallway. She is still inside the big room filled with gunpowder, filled with explosives.
She's still in the room. Okay.
Yes.
when we were rolling for advantage, what was she doing narratively? Where is she to me? Is she touching me? Is she nowhere
You are
near me?
within melee range.
Great. Is a crate full of, this is stunting, is a crate full of rockets next to me?
Yes.
I can roll for it if you want me to. Is it strong? Am I strong enough to try to move it and
We'll trap her in
or
there.
switch this and push her up against the gate, right? And push her out of the boat, the submarine, with me. Kamikaze me out of the boat. I have 20 counters that are ready to do this.
I'm
On
trying.
So wait, I just want to talk through.
So
what
the
that
gate,
looks like.
the gate is above
Yeah.
you. Is the only problem. The
gate is above me.
yeah. So seal her in. I would consider a tier 1. I would consider a tier 1 stunt.
I didn't think that the gate was was above me.
It's like it opens up and then they fire rockets out.
Yeah. Oh.
So, like, just
I
trap
thought it
her
was
in
like
the
a
gate?
side thing.
No.
I don't think I can trap her in the gate. I don't think what is like the build of the gate.
You'd be pulling a rack of rockets in
Yeah.
front of her and trying to crush her in, or like trap her in that. That would be she'd be considered immobilized for however long it takes her to push the rockets off.
And then you could just dip if you wanted.
Fuck. This changes. I imagined the gate in a different way. Okay. I will roll advantage to try to get the gate or the grate of rockets in front of her. I imagine that would be a roll of combat.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what I'll do with my advantage.
I won't call
So you're
that
trying to trap her?
just to
I'm
put
trying to make
barrier
it so there is
between.
something. Yes,
Yep.
exactly, Christian.
Okay, I got you. I'm not going to count that as a stunt.
Perfect.
Roll
That's
your
a
roll
double success.
on your might. Okay,
It's a double
so
success.
yeah, you're able to be successful with that. You pull in. So
and you get double counters.
Do I
now.
just get? I just get one counter because it's combat, right? I get two.
Because this isn't in combat.
Well, no. This
It
is
is.
no. This was part of
Oh, it
combat.
is?
This was considered an advantage roll.
So I get two counters or one.
I'm just gonna say you get one. I don't want to be confusing with it. So yeah, you get one.
Sure.
Okay.
So with that, you have disengaged by pulling that in front of her. She can still roll might and pull that out of the way, but you're now in a little area. You can climb up a ladder to get to the bridge. You can climb further up to get out of the
submarine
sub entirely, or you can go down. Do not. I should mention you do not have the awareness to know that Kaylin is there.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is there a way I can, while going up the ladder, somehow destroy or close a gate underneath the ladder? There's no way. It's
No.
just a straight tube
just
ladder,
tube.
so she could be able to follow
Yes.
me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I will. Fuck me.
Focus on just the direction question. Are you
Up or down?
you trying to go up? You trying to go down? Do you want to deal with her in some way? Like, what do you?
That's what I'm debating. Fuck me. I'm really debating.
I can make it more interesting. Let me. Oh no, she does. She's trying to move it right now.
She's trying to move it right now.
Yeah, you hear it like kind of jostle. So she's made one attempt so far and failed.
Okay. I'm going to try to speak to her while she's struggling with me. I'll be in a screaming match with her.
Social combat.
Okay.
Where is
How
she
do you
on
want
the
this to go down? Do you want me to just RP this?
Social
Or-
We're gonna handle it. Social combat rules.
Okay. It's been a minute.
So
Remind me.
So these rolls happen just like in regular combat. but when you do damage, you have a flat value of damage that you
Try
deal
to change
plus
her
all
disposition.
plus all the counters you have. So all of those fucking counters you have, it's now 21 plus your social damage.
I
So-
need to look at the disposition wheel.
Yes, and I will tell you, she is
I'm putting it
Firmly.
in the chat.
No, wait, don't look at
Don't
the
do it in the chat. Don't do it in the
No,
chat.
No, it's our chat.
Oh, okay.
It,
I was like,
Grant, it's
don't
on
do
your
it in
phone.
Discord.
Thank you, phone.
She is firmly in the hostel.
I'm shaking right now.
Great.
Um,
She is firmly in the hostel.
Let me find hostile. Okay. I have 21 counters right now.
Uh-huh.
If you could try to get her to trusting, that would be good.
It's her social health to move her 1, right?
To move her 1.
And we don't know what her
Oh.
social health
So
is.
at your
I
what
would
is
be
your-
doing so much damage.
What is
so
your
much social
social
damage to
damage?
her. My social damage is +4.
+4. So you'd be hitting if you land this, you would be hitting a 25 social damage, and you do not know what her health is. Fuck me.
Christian has to figure out what her social health would be.
I will roll for this. Okay. What I roll against my
It's your con. Roll your con, and she
Roll
is going
against my
to
con.
roll her might again. Oh, that's my girl. Okay.
it's a double success on my.
Fuck me.
Oh.
How is that possible? How is that
Double
possible?
success.
Your last three
I've-
rolls were goddamn friggin' doubles.
That's true.
My
11,
connection
23.
is 33
Literally,
plus my counters, right?
you went 1, 2, 3 doubles. Ah!
So with my counters, right? So I'm doing this by the
Yes,
book.
You're good.
So
That is 21 plus 33,
what?
which is
Yeah,
Wait,
it's
what?
54.
For
Hold-
Moss. For Moss.
No.
No.
It's your
Okay.
social dam plus counters currently.
So
So
social dam plus counter. So it's 25.
5. So are you moving her clockwise or counterclockwise?
Counter.
Doesn't really matter.
Counter.
I don't even know. I'll trust my teammates.
Okay.
Counter.
Just give me 1 second.
Please take her to infatuated. Please.
Right?
And I will RT
Or
this if you
serene.
want it.
She just sits. She just sits down.
She's like, you know what? That sounds great.
She's like, it's not worth it. I'm just gonna
She
sit
is
here
now- Interested.
Fuck.
What do
Ooh,
you
no, that's
say
good.
that makes her
That's good.
interested?
Your words matter. Your words matter.
Your words so fucking matter.
Okay.
Think
Because
about
if
it.
you biff
Okay.
this, I will totally just rob you of your choices.
That was all of your counters.
Yes, all your counters are gone, by the way.
Okay.
Think of what your goal is.
I beg of you, Christian. No, you're not going to allow this. You're not going to switch to another person, are you?
No.
We're
No.
Improv, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think of your goal and be smart.
Visualize.
She's interested. She's already interested. You don't have to sell her.
Well, you just.
Well, this is how
This is-
okay,
she
got it,
gets
got it,
to
got it.
interested.
Okay, gotcha. What is she interested in?
We already know that she's willing to sell out her own people
Yes.
for
She
this.
she's a
For-
she is
for
a crook.
cash. She's a crook.
She's bad morals.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
With all the power that is inside of me, stop! Now! This instant! I swear you will get all that you desire if you just give me a second to explain that you will be rich. All the riches you desire, all of the riches that the anima and my people will give you, more than you can even imagine. You have been looking up the wrong tree, barking up the wrong tree. The people that can give you what you want are with me, and I promise.
The box stops shaking. Like she stops trying to move the box. And now I'm going to cut away.
Okay.
Well done.
I'm.
So we jump over to Kaylin.
Grant's like, I promised this woman a lot of money from my church.
Church money.
Church money.
Little does she know I'm excommunicated.
Little does she know I'm gonna murder her.
So we cut back down to Kaylin now.
Hello.
And at this point, they are starting to reattach hands.
Yes.
Petrus is very able to magician of connecting things.
Good boy.
Like he's very skilled at
He is
Floranian bark work.
He said medic.
I was like, did he say Sisu? Or is he like...
No, Floranian magic.
No.
Okay.
So are you, Madam Kaylin, if you wouldn't mind, I'd really appreciate it if you could get Mother Greta out of her prison.
Would she be okay with this change of plan?
She fully intended it. We were going. Our original intention was going to be to mutiny and release her to tell our story as she got on. So if we're all alive to tell the story, there's no way this won't lead to an escalation. So
What I think could be good is, would you rather us leave, me and my friends leave, and you guys sail on as is, all unlocked with the mushroom in hand, or would you rather leave on my boat and we sail there directly and sink the ship? Up to you.
I think
I can take you all there. We know the route. We have the route information.
we could survive and escape on your boat. That would make sense. We could just set off and sail. We could let this sail into port and just let them take the disease onto the island.
And maybe you guys come with me, and that way we can do both. I can both save you, and we can release the disease onto the whole island without any of our friends, without Greta there. So the only people being harmed are
The crate starts to like rattle, like there's chains from inside and sort of a muffled yell.
I'm gonna go over there and open it.
As you pop off the chains and get it all off, it's not hard from the outside. Inside is Greta tied up with like battered, bloody. She's got a gag in her mouth. Like
I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna take it out and just go. We meet again, Fred.
It's a pleasure to meet you, or a pleasure to see you again, Bauman. I'm excited. I heard everything I needed to. You plan to join the cause.
Of course. For peace. Peace is but an orchid. Right?
Or a weed, as your people say, ready to overtake a garden as soon as they turn their back. But I do have one question for you, Bauman. If they survive, if you take them back, what's to stop you from betraying the Floranians here and declaring them terrorists to ensure that there's no war that happens?
I trust you. I am not the kind of person who wants war. I want peace. That is the reason I'm willing to do this. I love my people. I came here to rescue my people since I thought they were in trouble. I carried all of their severed hands here. You think I would do that if I wanted to betray them? No, I love my people.
I think you misunderstood, good Petrus. We all crave peace through war. Your people have the power to enforce a peace on the continent, to free my people. But to do that, there must be a war between the islands, so there may be peace on the continent.
But if we stop them now, we can stop them now without a war. Is what I'm saying. If we kill them now, there is no need for war. The war doesn't happen.
If
They're gone.
you kill them now, the war continues. They will keep marching soldiers. They'll build another one of these underwater boats. I don't think you fully understand the ramifications of this. I need you, Kaylin.
Oh God.
Oh, is she doing social combat?
say? Where would you say you are on the disposition wheel at the moment?
I would say currently.
Yeah.
I was pretty determined beforehand, you know? Like,
Mhm.
I'd say I'm pretty determined. Determined or... Yeah, I'd say determined
Okay.
is probably best.
That's
Yeah.
a dangerous place to be.
I know,
Or-
but
or-
it's accurate.
Infatuated.
Your
You seem-
honesty
you
is
seem-
appreciated.
You have.
I don't know. The only thing I could think of is courageous, but I
I
don't
was
think
thinking
what I'm doing
reckless.
is courageous at all.
No, I
I
wouldn't-
was thinking trusting.
You don't think reckless because
don't-
she's kind of willing to risk it for the biscuit?
I don't think I'm risking anything.
I had
I'm-
her at-
I
I'm
know
doing
you
this to
don't.
stop a war.
I
Which
had
I
her
agree-
at
I agree with
suspicious or
determined.
determined. I had her at suspicious or determined was my guess.
No,
Then
I
I
wasn't
think this
suspicious.
hurt-
I,
that
I,
hurt.
I, in my brain, everyone was on my same page.
Right.
Right,
Mm.
which
Your
is why I was
people are
thinking
definitely
trusting
on.
or determined.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think you're right. I think you're
No,
good.
this is good. This is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so advantage or damage, Kaylin. How many counters do you have real fast?
25.
45?
25. Listen with your ears.
We all thought you said 45.
Yeah, I also
No.
thought you very much sounded
What?
like you said 45.
No, I said 20.
Oh my god.
Christian was about to
Could you-
shit himself.
I was gonna scream.
No, I'm at 25.
Okay, 25.
I'm so hot right now.
Megan,
I'm sweating.
Lyra, if you could text us your social health, I don't want you to tell Christian,
Okay.
but I would love to know.
This is so toxic. We're Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
We're gonna go.
Go.
Why do I feel like we're gonna go around this wheel 3 times before?
I don't
Maybe-
know.
Maybe.
I don't
maybe not.
know.
Okay, Kaylin.
It's
Well,
Ad-
Greta's doing damage to her.
Kaylin,
Right?
advantage or damage?
Yeah.
I would say advantage. I want to get her on my page.
Okay.
Right? Would that be right then, or would that be damage?
That would so if you,
Oh, if it's social combat,
it's
right?
social combat.
Where is
Yeah,
she?
maybe
that's an interesting
damage
question.
Oh,
then.
she.
Yeah, where's she?
She is on suspicious.
I would. Okay, I could do damage and try to get her to. Where is she? Hold on, sorry.
She's
I
not
wanna-
suspicious. You could try to go trusting. I think that's
Yeah, I would try to get her to trusting, curious, to get her to
Yeah.
encouraged. I don't know,
serene. Have her sit on the
interested, serene.
floor.
Yeah, I think
agree. I would do
Anyway,
damage.
clockwise. Yeah, I would do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do
I
damage.
agree with you. I agree with you. That's a good idea.
I'm trying to change her mind right now, and see what I see.
She definitely won't end up determined,
Of everyone
infatuated.
talking to Greta, I thought that Kaylin would be the last one to talk to Greta.
Christian, am I
I agree.
understanding things correctly?
What?
Or did I misunderstand what my people were
Your
saying?
people want to kill themselves so that their dead bodies
They wanna
will
martyr
wash up on the
themselves.
Okay.
wash up on the Floranian home islands
Yeah.
and
And start
then
a war.
start a war between the Floranian home islands
So-
and the deep folk.
To kill
Okay.
the deep folk and free
Out of-
Angelia.
Out of
would kill General Odd,
recording,
right?
based
Yes.
on our earlier
Yeah.
conversation, are they orchid or are they weed? Because I thought they were orchid.
They are a twisted interpretation of both. They are
okay,
a
that's what I wasn't
fuck
understanding.
determination of they believe that peace is truly a weed, but that peace is an orchid, and they see themselves as preserving somebody who needs to kill the other gardeners. Like they have misinterpreted this idea of peace needs to be nurtured or peace is inevitable, and theirs is a fucked interpretation of it. So they believe themselves to be it's contradictory and it's wrong, it misses the point.
So they're more Team Weed, but they think they're Team Orchid.
Exactly.
Can I ask just a clarifying question?
What that means?
No. When Greta said, free my people,
She means
is
Zelia.
she talking
Zelia.
about the rebels? Or is she talking
Zelia.
about her inner circle?
Gelia.
The rebels.
Zelia is a rebel.
Yeah.
The Zelians,
That's
in this sense,
I
are
was
all
just
of the
wondering if
rebels.
she was saying that in a more specific way.
No,
she
Zelians.
means free Gelia.
Yeah.
This is
because
this
that's
is
what
her
she
plan.
wants.
Yeah.
Yes.
As
Okay.
evil as she is, this is that is still her goal.
in my
Yes.
brain, so that I make sure I'm communicating my
Yeah.
idea right. I want to make sure this is understood what I'm trying to say in this social comment
Yeah.
kind of thing. In my brain, I am Team Orchid, that peace is a necessity and should be preserved at all costs. These people, the deep folk, are the biggest interrupters of peace known to Keru
Correct.
currently.
Correct.
By, instead of sending the bodies back and having my people physically come onto Keru,
Yeah.
and having a war that way and having there be more bloodshed, me ending it by directly going to the source of the deep folk people, killing their leaders and asserting our dominance in the first place to possibly just try to overtake.
So the thing that Greta is concerned about is
Okay.
So first off,
Like-
a sleeper's rot attack would not slaughter the deep folk completely. It would eventually burn itself out, and it would be equivalent of like setting off a nuke in their capital.
That's good.
That's
to
what I'm
know.
saying.
But it wouldn't.
But it's like, if we go straight to the capital, that's more efficient to me at defeating
But
them
that
than
wouldn't-
sending all my people in the first place.
But that wouldn't so you have found a worse you have found a more violent outcome to this, but that would not kill them completely. And what Greta is concerned about is you taking the Floranians back to the home islands and then saying, look at these war criminals I found.
They're trying to start a war.
They're trying to start a war. That would be bad, right? And then and she doesn't get her war. She wants
She benefits because of war.
she wants a war so that she can have peace because she's fucking nuts.
Crazy.
So
I mean, there's really no other way to get peace in Gelia, though. Am I wrong?
I mean,
I don't
you
think
can
I'm
trust
wrong.
Dahlia's Dahlia's belief that Odd will change the system from within.
That's why I want to save Odd. I don't want Odd to be on the island when this happens. I want to take Odd with me.
You want to take Odd with you?
If
I
he's
said
the
I
only
would
one
take
speaking
God.
sense, that's what she wants.
He's the only
Okay,
one speaking sense.
I
And
have
I'm like,
to be
hey,
meta with you.
if I could be like, hey,
There's
your
no way
superiors
I'm
are
getting-
dead. Shh, no, I'm not. I'm talking. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Okay.
If I go to Odd and I say, hey, your superiors are dead, they didn't want peace, they wanted war, this is your time to now take power because they are gonna look for someone in charge. Let's preach this power, this thing of peace, and there doesn't have to be a war. All of your people can now survive, and you take over as this peacekeeper. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to stop a war while also killing the bad people at the same time.
You do that? I now
I don't care
understand
what you
it
do.
means to
I don't
be-
care what you do.
No,
That's fine.
I will disagree with you, but you do you.
I think it's a great plan.
I
think it's
could
a
not
fantastic
disagree more, but you
That's
go
fine.
off.
So-
I fucking love this.
All I'm going to tell... So here's the thing.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you whether or not that is a good plan or a bad plan. I will tell you that is so much more than I thought of when I gave this path as an option. So I'm fucking fascinated.
I want to destroy your view on the world, Christian. I'm here to wreck. I have big dreams as a little plant.
All I'm going
Can I
to
just
say,
ask you,
if you can wiggle Greta
Yeah. Oh, I can wiggle
out
it.
of suspicious, I think
can
there
wiggle
is
it.
it is a miscommunication between the two of you, and you can see it, because what's going to happen is, in what you've just described, you are going to take Odd and basically give him to the Floranians to set up as the viable candidate. There is no guarantee that Odd is going to take control. So
what does viable candidate mean? What is viable
to take
candidate
over the
mean?
deep folk. To take
take
over
o-
deep folk rule.
Is
this
he
is
not
so
already
fucking rad.
Well,
he's
okay.
He's not the
I
tippy
love
top.
this.
He's
I
not
love
tippy
this.
top.
Okay,
I'm killing
okay,
the tippy
okay,
top.
enough talking. All you have to do is get Greta a little bit on your side.
Yeah.
And she's
I can
into
do
it
that.
because she is a zealot. She is going to pick the most violent, hostile option in the world.
Yeah. I think this sounds great for her.
This sounds
You've
great
dealt
for
with
her.
this type
She
of
will
shit.
go down in history as changing it. Like, I think this is
All right.
fantastic.
All right.
This is
No
good for
more
everybody.
no more talking, no more clarifications, no more anything.
Okay. What do I roll?
Con.
This is awesome.
Yeah, that...
Was this advantage?
25...
Was that advantage or
No,
damage?
this was damage.
Okay.
This is damage. She said that.
So 30... I have 25 counters, so that brings
Plus-
that down to what? 14?
So you have 25 plus your social damage. I'm going to
Oh,
tell you
plus
right
social
now
damage.
what you just
I have
rolled
31
hits.
counters. I have Oh, okay.
So you have 30, you're moving 31?
Yeah, because it's 25 plus 6.
And
for
you're
my
going
damage, right?
counterclockwise?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to try to get her... No, I'm going clockwise, babe. I'm trying to get her down to, like,
Yes,
trusting,
you're trying to get her
secure,
to-
serene, interested, infatuated, stuff like
Well,
that.
there goes my fucking boss fight.
Haha!
She's
Suck it.
She's trusting.
She's
Yeah,
trusting.
Yeah.
Wait. So you hit her for
Please
31,
RP this.
31.
and she's at
Please.
trusting.
31.
She has a social health of
31.
8.
31.
It's almost entirely rooted in discipline. I cannot stress how insane this woman is.
Please RP this.
Yes, we're going to. Don't you worry a god darn thing about that, Grant. So
I'm glad everybody understands what I'm trying to do now. And that I'm not
I
doing
understand, but fuck, Lyra! Fuck!
it. I want to fix the world.
I don't think this. Oh my
okay,
god.
okay.
this is fantastic.
All right. No, let's role play this. Go ahead.
Okay.
Lyra, you have. So Greta explains, how do I? Like, yeah, she says, how do I know you want turn on them? How you could disavow them and chalk it up to a terrorist attack.
No, me.
We need peace through war.
You know what I can give you? I can give you everything you want. Peace for my people. Peace for your people. Get you all of the reward of being the hero. Stopping the deep folk invasion. While also having a little bit of bloodshed and war, as you say, is necessary. I agree. I think there's just an easier way to do this, and let me explain. I need a minute. I love my people. I love Gellians. I do. I've spent years befriending them and seeing how amazing they are and being heartbroken over the situation that has happened. This is what I think we can do here, and this is what we have the power to do here. And we all know how great power is when we have it. So, we can send the Sleeper's Rod to the head of the Deep Folk. Knock out the tippy top. It's not everybody, but it's the people who currently hold the power, correct? When those people are gone, who does that power go to? Oh, it's undecided. Who do we have with us that we can put on our side who wants some form of peace? General Odd. Let's put him in power. He wants peace. You want peace. Nobody has to fight any more than us physically taking down the top. That's the best war story I could ever think of. It's an assassination of the most powerful person above you. I think there's no better way to do this. My people are going to be celebrated. Your people are going to be celebrated. A bond will be formed, and we can live happily and be war heroes. Do you not see how fantastic this opportunity is?
Her smile grows so big that, like, you could almost be worried that it was going to, like, rip through her face. And she just puts, like, 2 fingers under your chin, and because of the ceiling, you're at eye level, and she just, like, lightly pulls your chin forward.
Kisses you.
Sorry. You, as they call you, Madam Kaelin, are a true mother of justice. I'm with you.
Fantastic.
Let's get off this
Do this
ship.
thing.
Mommy.
So, you evacuate. So all the Floranians, you could put the Sleeper's Rot, like, right down, like, that little mushroom. All you have to do is clap it.
Out of my glaive.
And you have a very small amount of time to get out of here.
I'm going straight up this mother frickin' ladder.
So you, leading a veritable conga line, behind you immediately is Greta.
We're going out.
And you just pop your head up and find Deacon, who is, like, about to negotiate with Claudia.
Deacon, let's go. Deacon, let's go.
No, go.
Let's go.
Grab the prisoners and go.
Deacon, I promise you do not want to do this.
The plan. Go.
The plan is done. Let's go. Okay, on the way up, I want to grab.
I'll look to the sergeant. I'm gonna say, you get in this, and I will take you up to the surface, and you will have all the golden riches you desire.
Deal.
I'll ease off the pressure, see if she goes in her own volition. Does she?
Wait, are you trying to...
In the vent.
Either, whatever.
So you go into the torpedo, like the missile room, and open it up?
Yeah. I was pushing her up against the wall, screaming at her, and she got interested. I'm just hoping that she will just either go in up and be, chill.
You want her to stay in the ship?
No, correct. I want her out.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I should note, really fast, I've totally skipped my mind. As soon as you finish with Greta, Kaelin, just below you, little girl is just there, like, outside of Greta's notice, just going,
Yay.
When I see Kaelin going up, what does Sergeant Claudia do? Does she...
I see the prisoners have escaped already. I expect you have a way out as well.
Follow me.
Very well.
And I'll let her go. I'll let off the pressure, and I'll wait until Greta is up. I imagine she's last on the
No,
line.
Greta's right behind Kaelin. One of the
Okay,
Floridians.
then I'll wait,
Actually,
and then
Petrus is
I'll-
last.
Okay, I'll follow Petrus with Claudia in front of me.
Okay, so on the third level, you reach the bridge, where General Odd is like trying to command his like depth charges.
I want to scoop him up.
All right, I need. Honestly,
I get him?
I would make you roll advantage or damage.
Can I just do like a might
But
check?
there's
Yeah, can you just
12.
narratively walk us through this massive...
General Odd is a large. So you come up to a room that has all of these like sort of readouts and magical responses. There's deep folk magician sort of beeping and booping on different sort of runes and stuff like that. And as you walk up,
Can we try to conceal Greta so he thinks that she's still there? So in his mind, he's still transporting his like person. You know what I mean?
you can do.
Like
yeah, I think that's. I think so. I'll make you make a.
I have disguise if I can roll for
I like that's the thing is like at this point he really can't resist you in any way, like
Yeah, I just want to make sure this boat still goes. Like if I
where
take
it
him
needs to
and
go.
leave the people, is the boat would still go to the island, right?
you'd probably
That's
need
what
like
I'm wondering.
one or two magicians to man it.
How many people are
But
helping
they
man
would
him?
they would
Man
they would
boat.
go there versus going back, right?
Yes, at this point they'd have to.
Because they're closer.
They've sailed off enough, yeah. So
Yeah,
General
okay.
Odd turns around and he sees you. Do you hide Greta? I mean, at this point, you take up the whole thing. Like you're.
I would have to say, Kaylin, you probably should hide fucking Greta from me. Just
You don't know
so
what she
you
looks
know,
like.
because exactly.
You don't know
well,
what she looks like.
That's,
Never met.
well,
You
I
don't
know you're
know.
carrying a human person, so you can do
And?
whatever you want. That's fine. I'm just letting you know.
I'm
that
not gonna answer your questions if you ask if it's Greta. I'm just not gonna say
No,
anything.
we can't talk right now, right? Because we're going
Yeah.
and
Exactly.
doing something
Yeah,
else.
no, you're
but I
not.
know.
Sorry, Christian. What was
So
your question?
I'm just gonna move on. I'm just gonna to ride the fuck on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you come into the doorway, and honestly, you obscure everyone.
Yes.
And Odd, ever the gentle person. I think I might have used. I think I said last session that I said they use they them, and so I will commit to that. Odd turns around. I'm guessing you're here for the prisoners.
Yes, but I also have a deal I think that you would love. I think I can make this work in both of our favors. We do not wish to harm you. I merely want peace.
Where is he?
But I'm gonna say that like just to him, you know what I mean, so that his like other people don't hear.
He is currently contemplative.
Okay.
Advantage or damage.
I lost all my.
You
counters,
did
right?
lose all your counters when you
Okay.
hit Greta with that.
Okay. Okay.
At this point, I think also
Okay.
Greta is leading everyone up onto the. Actually, no, they can't because they have to surface first.
Oh, we're not surfacing yet.
No, because AS
we
has
started
been
moving again.
bombing and they went under the water when the.
Yeah. Okay.
I was only
okay.
bombing because I thought that kept them up.
So the 13 of us, 15 of us are on the ladder going
We're in
up.
We're in the first floor.
Yeah, we're on,
Yeah,
we're on the
you're-
third floor.
You're all kind
As
of.
much
Top
as
floor.
we kind of can. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say you only have a limited amount of time before the sleeper's rot kicks in. So
Yeah.
you need to hit hard and hit fast with this. Okay. Odd, not the conversationalist. So they're standing there.
They're contemplative, right?
Yeah, contemplative.
Okay.
So I'd say maybe just interested could be enough.
Interested or infatuated?
I mean, honestly, infatuated. Seduce him with your piece. Talk PC to him, to them. Them.
Should I just do damage? No, probably not.
What's
right?
your social?
Advantage?
What's your social dam?
6.
See what happens.
Okay. Oh, I guess damage then.
It's pretty
see what
good
happens.
damage.
E.
Congratulations, you've moved them over to infatuated.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm not trying to rush
I am
through
your
it,
peace
but
mommy. I am peace mommy.
if you like what we do, consider heading into our link tree to make sure that you can follow us on all of our social medias, and you get access to our Discord, where we're available to chat. If you really like what we do, consider heading over to the Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/perpetualplayers, where you can toss us some donations to help make the show run a little bit better. We look forward to seeing you. I'll let you get back to the action. When we left off last, Kaelin, Deacon, 12 Floranian mercenaries, Greta, General Odd, and Sergeant Claudia had all managed to stand on top of the submarine just before they set out. And Aes is on her ship, who is now pulled up alongside of the submarine and is going to start loading people on. In this crowd sort of setting, you are all going on one at a time. Kaelin, as you're sort of the organizer of all this, how are you pushing people aboard Aes's ship?
It's very like, all right, kids, come on. It's one of these.
So
one of these motions. I'm holding Odd by me and letting everybody go, and I'm like, come on.
I'm not letting Sergeant Claudia away from me. She maintains in front of me.
Okay, so so at this point, Kaelin, you have now discovered that Deacon has brought Claudia onto the ship. Or that Deacon intends to bring Claudia with him.
As I'm entering onto the ship, I am kind of talking into Claudia's ear, and that's what you see. But I'll speak to Claudia and I'll say, "Here, follow me. I will bring you to the quarters where you will stay."
I'm immediately going up to Deacon.
Okay, so you're still on the sub at this point, or do you let them get onto the ship?
Oh, we're all still on the.
You're like loading people up. Do you let her onto Aes's ship, or do you?
Are we on a ladder?
You can. I'd assume she would go ahead of you onto the ladder. Like I assume you and Odd would be the last two up.
Actually,
I thought I was the last one.
Well, currently, so I'm going to say the Floranians have all made it up. And I'm going to guess, did you let Greta up as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the Floranians and Greta have made it onto Aes's ship, leaving Odd, Claudia, Deacon, and Kaelin standing on the sub. Kaelin,
I really want this boat. I want this boat to take off, and I feel like if I try to just push her back into the sub, she's gonna turn it around. So I might just let her come with and push her off Aes's boat instead.
Okay, so you just you don't say anything to her. You just let her onto the ladder and go up.
You can tell, Kaelin, you can see that Deacon is maintaining a very close eye on her. She's not going anywhere.
I don't care. I'm still gonna probably push her.
No, that's fine. But that's what you see.
Okay.
Okay.
So she.
I think I would just be so annoyed and angry at her presence that I just wouldn't say anything, and I would just put Odd on the boat because I need us to get out of here.
Okay.
I really need us to get off this friggin' boat.
So AS, you let her, or you see all these people come up, followed closely. So rounding out with Kaylin, you're about 14 people over, or you're probably about 4 people over the expected amount of people that were going to be showing up to this.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yes.
So, and I'll just make eye contact with the two of you, and look away. And I think at the end of last episode I said that I'm going to start organizing people based on what they've been promised. So I'm gonna take all of the Floranians, and I'd like to put them in their own space. I'd like to put Greta separate from them, and then I would like to separate General Odd and Claudia as well. I would like to have 4.
Like rooms.
Yes.
Okay.
Like sequestered as far from each other as possible.
Okay. That's
and then like watched by crew members.
That's easily doable.
Can I help you acquire all of my people tea?
They've
Yeah,
got
I think we're
the
gonna
blue
talk
machine.
first.
They got the blue machine.
Yeah,
Oh my
we
god!
have
Oh
a
my
blue machine
god!
here.
We do!
That's true. None of you know that I have the blue machine and that it's totally in my quarters.
Oh my god!
So,
Yay!
okay, hey guys, let's have a talk real quick. I didn't expect all these people here.
What is going
Yeah.
on? Why is Greta
Okay.
here, Kaylin?
What?
So-
we're gonna
yeah.
go into my quarters. Not here. Okay.
So you walk in to AS's quarters. All 3 of the animals are already there waiting for you.
Oh no. Oh no.
Do you have the bear?
Can you just stay? Can you just watch? Just watch.
Watch.
And I'm speaking this to the animals, all 3 of them. Just watch. Don't try to intervene, please.
I
don't know if we have.
we'll
this
see.
capability.
We're just gonna talk.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
Okay.
What
so
are you
I wanna
doing,
cover-
Kaylin? Why are
Wait,
they all
one second,
here?
One second. So I'm assuming that everybody here has been promised something. So
Well,
what I want to know,
Yeah.
Yes, but I figured I was
is-
going to be the only one.
Oh.
right? I'm very confused.
well.
I didn't actually expect. I remember you saying that you wanted General Out alive, and I didn't expect that, and we didn't cover why he is.
I didn't even get a chance to
I
talk
don't
to
know
General
why.
Ahmed.
Who is the other woman? Who is the other
Sergeant
woman? There's
Claudia.
Claudia. Oh, like the one that
Yeah,
turned on
like the
everyone.
one. Yeah, I'm not sure why she's here. I'm not really happy
so that sounds
about
like
it, to be honest.
Deacon, why is she here?
She wasn't supposed to be here. I was planning on getting her out of the ship and killing her in the water where I had an advantage, but it didn't get there because Kaylin took me out and she had Greta. And the moment I saw Greta alive, I stopped.
Okay.
Really
okay.
quick,
So
really quick.
she-
I just want to, for the sake of organization, I would just like, Deacon, what do you know about Greta?
I knew that she was on the boat as a prisoner.
No, what do you know about Greta, like, historically? Like, would you like to make
I know
a knowledge
she's
roll?
a dangerous individual, and I know that she is like a cult leader.
Okay, so you are feeling a territorial cult leader instinct at this moment.
Yes.
Gotcha. I just wanted to establish
There's
that you
another cult leader.
that you are not. I just wanted to establish clearly and firmly, you and Kaylin are not aware of Greta's actions beyond rumor and information.
100%.
Okay, thank you.
I think I don't.
I just
think
know she's
said
crazy.
a little bit to Kaylin. Yeah, I think I told Kaylin that she is a crazy cult leader in the first episode.
Okay.
Yeah, and we talked a little bit about her reputation the last 2 episodes. I will. My intention was to kill her, but we don't have that opportunity right now. We can do it later, but
We can shove her off a boat.
that's fine. Whatever. But
We can. We may be able
what
to
are you
use her.
doing with Greta,
Once-
Kaylin? What happened?
Yes, I do want to know why Greta's here.
So, there was a lot of change in plans, and then I fixed those changes, but then I also had to change those. So, here's the synopsis. I enter, and I'm like, hey guys, how's it going? Let's get out of here. And then they're like, what are you doing here? And I thought it's because, they're like, what? You're rescuing us? That's crazy. But no, it was more of like a, why are you here? You don't need to be here. We wanted to be taken. And
What?
Yeah. So apparently they're really good friends with Greta now, and they really like her, and they are like, let's be martyrs and get murdered so that the Floranians will then attack the Deep Folk, and that's how we'll save
Kaylin,
everybody.
what did you do?
And so I said no to that, so that was good. I didn't do that.
Then why is she here?
So here's the thing: is they're like, you should let her out, and I was like, okay. Well, if I don't let her out, they're not going to come with me, and I don't want them to die. And that's kind of what they want to do right now. And it was really stressful. So then I was able to convince Greta that, instead of having everybody die and then there being a big war, what if we, just kill the Deep Folk head on the island without us being there, and also we kidnap Odd because Odd wants peace. So then once the head guy is dead, Odd can rise to power and he can be like, hey guys, let's stop fighting, and then there doesn't have to be a war. But I did to do that, to kill the guy without being there, don't worry, I took care of it. And
How were you going to... what? How did you plan on doing this?
so do you remember the day that everything caught on fire and there were all those things at the mansion? Yeah.
Yes.
So, Deacon, do you remember me stealing those mushrooms?
No.
Kaylin, what mushroom?
What did you do?
Kaylin,
I think you know what mushroom.
Kaylin.
So, I kind of released them onto the submarine so that they would take the sleepers rod on the submarine, and then they would give it to the people on the island, and that's why we had to kind of get out of there real quick, and why I had to take Odd and Greta with me so they wouldn't die. But I'm kind of mad that Claudia's not on that boat because I kind of just wanted her to die.
Kaylin, did you just sleepers rot the Deep Folk?
Kaylin! You're a fucking... You're a huge... Do you understand what you just did?
Yeah, I saved my people, and we're killing the bad guy, and everything's good. Everything's gonna
At
be
the
all
cost
right.
of having an even worse evil, not only on our ship, but inside
It's not
of you?
No, there's nothing... What do you mean? The mushroom isn't on our ship. It's on the submarine.
Kaylin,
And it's not in me. It's on the boat.
I don't
This
think
is-
you understand
Wait, have
the
you had
gravity.
sleepers rot with you at all times?
Oh, yeah, I've been holding it since that day. I kind of just took it as like a family relic because I thought it was weird that they had it. Because it's not
Kaylin,
theirs. And I was like, this is strange. How did you get
You
this? So I
don't
kinda just
understand
took
what
it.
you've done, Kaylin. You do not understand the gravity of what you've done.
Saved everyone.
What you did was hypocritical and absolutely reckless.
But I saved everyone. I'm not understanding why everybody's so upset right now. I did what I said I would go get my people. I got my people. We're on the boat. Nobody died that we like.
What you
and
said
everything's
is that you would
fine.
save the people.
Yeah, I did. I did do
Can
that.
I get a look at all three animals?
Little girl is clapping. Goat is more than anything. Goat is just like kind of confused about Deacon at this time. Like they really have not parsed Deacon's emotions as Goat. Boris is just chilling. Like, he's vibing, watching Aya, seeing what's going on. But
Dude, what came over you? Why would you do something like this?
Wait,
this is
wait,
completely out of character for you. Do you understand what you've done? You said you were peaceful. You said that you were not the violent one. And
I
now
said
you go and
people
kill
who were-
hundreds of people without even a importance, a ritualistic understanding of the meaning of death and destruction.
I don't think that I need to learn about death from you, Deacon. Sorry.
Of
I've seen
anyone,
enough
I am the person that is supposed to know about the importance of death and destruction. And you went and you killed people with no understanding of what it meant. In a spiritual way, in a
I do not
power that is...
appreciate being talked down to right now when I just saved everybody's butts in that frickin' boat.
You are at no position to talk. You are an absolute hypocrite.
Deacon, I don't want to hear anything about peace from you. I saw you steal a dead body and almost throw it out my bedroom window. I don't want to hear it. This is not the conversation that I need to be having with you right now. Because you know what? You eat people. You fully eat people all of the time.
I
And
have
that's
to
very
eat
freaky.
people. You don't have to eat people, Galen.
I don't eat people. I haven't eaten anybody.
You killed hundreds of people with this, with
Of
no
folk.
understanding of what that meant. This
folk.
goes against everything that I was trying to help you understand with the importance.
You wanted me to torture them.
Yes,
What do you
because it was a
mean?
ritual, Kalen.
I didn't think it was a ritual. I just thought we were torturing people, and you applauded me. So you know what? I don't get why you're upset right now.
The importance of death is that it should mean something to you spiritually, Kalen. It should fuel you and your higher power. This has
So
nothing
what was
to
you-
do
what was
with
you trying to
anything
kill those
other
kids?
than your
Huh?
personal bias, Kalen.
Why did you try to kill that
This is a
random kid
selfish
the
act.
first day we met? You tried to kill a child. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
at this
I've
point,
been over this with you, Kalen.
this point, two things happen immediately. If the two of you wanted to, if the two of you just saw this, I would like, what's going through your head?
Did Goat disappear too?
Yes.
I'm just gonna look at the animals, and then, like, if they seem nonplussed, just kind of assume that this is Goat stuff, because the Goat has been real freaky
Yeah.
to us the whole time.
Goat's been real weird.
Goat turns back to the two of them are like they look. Actually, roll connection for me to see if you can try to understand.
Ooh.
No.
We have no counters.
Unless you have whatever was transferred over.
I don't remember how many counters I
don't-
have.
I don't think I have
I have to keep remembering to write those down.
Yeah. No. Yeah. You burnt all those. Okay.
Well, wait, because I never did any social combat,
That's
and I had
also
a whole
true.
bunch from the boat. So those still count? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so I have 24 counters. So I make
Fuck
my
me.
connection roll.
Yes. You make your connection
don't.
roll at 36 plus whatever.
Okay.
The two of them are kind of giving that like sibling, like they just watched a sibling do something wrong. Like they look like, and you know, as much as a horse and a small child, which is much easier, they're both looking at each other like,
Ooh.
did he just use his power like that? Did he like
So, okay. I don't think that this is normal,
Uh-huh.
but it looks like they don't think it's unexpected. So, I think Deacon will be back.
Okay.
I don't love what's happening right now. I don't love that for, like, the three of us.
Yeah.
But I do want to just get it straight before, so that I can start thinking about this. What does Greta think that she's getting out of this? Why does she think she's here?
I kind of convinced Greta that if I let them not die, then she would kind of be like praised for saving Gelia with the Floranians. You know what? Like it was more of like a power, like
power. Okay.
Yeah, but in like a way of like, hey, you didn't incite a deadly war with my people involved.
So
that's
okay.
good.
So do you intend to give that to her, or did that just get her up here? What do you want to do with her?
Well, it kind of just got her up here. I'm just hoping her and Odd go back to Gelia, and Odd gets into power, and then, you know, everything's good, and we can convince the deep folk to just chill out. You know, everybody can just sit down and have a good time.
I did not impress this when we were at the gala, but Greta's not somebody that if we can take care of her, like take her down right now, we should. She should not go back to Gelia.
You come back out of the blackness. And as you're at this point, Aes is about to describe Greta as Deacon reforms back in. Goat does not return to the cabin.
He does not return, but Deacon does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to leave this, I think, in your hands.
Okay.
Describe Greta with my war library, so that I don't misspeak.
So this is Aes mid speech as the Deacon kind of appears whenever. Greta is not the leader, but the captain, but a high-ranking officer in the Justice's Blades, who are a group of fundamentalist Gelians who have taken a weird interpretation of the Gelian religion, the Mother of Justice, and have decided that they can use that as basically carte blanche to torture, murder, and destroy whatever the fuck they want. There's a sort of sliding scale of ideological purity on them. Of like, there are people who are just basically bandit bosses who use all of this to they're basically just like assholes who murder and sort of rape their way across countryside. Greta is not one of those. She is ideologically motivated and is a puritanical psychopath. She has killed her own troops. She has killed people for if a deep folk patrol comes in, steals grain from a farmer, she will kill the farmer for aiding them. She is highly ideologically motivated. She is also incredibly intelligent. The only reason she isn't in charge of the Justice's Blades is because she has not tried. She is, whatever she is doing, she is the unnatural, impossible to defeat combination of ideology and intelligence. She is not stupid, but she is also somebody who does not see logic and reason. She believes that the world operates on a certain principle, and every single time it does not meet her expectation or her belief, she will break the world to exist in her vision. And her name is known throughout Gelia as a nightmare. And that is Greta.
Sick.
So, if you're saying that your people, the 12 Floranians on the ship, are also loyal to her, like, if we can kill her, that is the best move we can make, but we cannot do it until we get to the mysterious isles, because she is very powerful and crazy, and that is a very dangerous combination that has gotten so many Jellian people killed.
At this point, I'm out of the puddle of ichor.
Mic closer to your mouth.
Sorry. At this point, I'm out of the puddle of ichor.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You heard all of that. You're kind of shell-shocked from...
I'm like wiping off the ichor.
Are you
Look.
all right?
He kind of turned into a puddle there.
I don't understand what this stupid animal wants of me, but all I know is that Greta must be killed.
I don't disagree with this statement. I
And you have
just
to
don't think it's
understand.
right now. If anything,
She
the
cannot
person
make it back
who-
to
She
Zelia.
can't.
is all I
She
say.
must die, Caleb.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying we have bigger things to do right now. Like, I don't know, killing the person that you brought onto the boat that betrayed all of my people. Like,
Okay,
why is she here?
a plan
Do
is
you
starting
not-
to form. Can I just cover, what does General Odd know?
General Odd is aware that I agree that peace should be brought to Zelia, and that I would kind of like to support him being the new deep folk leader.
So he doesn't know what you've done. He doesn't know the tragedy that you've brought upon his people.
Not like specifically.
We must bring him
But-
in, and we must tell him that is important. There's no reason we can't
Wait.
tell him. Why would we keep that from him?
I
Let it be
believe-
done
I agree.
first.
He needs to know, and if we're keeping him alive, he will find out either way. It's best if we
Yeah.
tell him. I believe that we should not handle anything until we get to the Mysterious Isles. We keep everyone separated, and we use this time to plan, because it's
I-
all we can do. I knowing
That makes my
that
stomach
General Odd
turn,
knows
AS.
nothing.
The idea of not figuring this out now while they're here.
We are figuring this out.
We
just
are.
can't we can't act on anything here.
I feel like a sitting duck.
I understand, but this is traveling. We've gotten a little spoiled with these animals, but we have a long way to go. So, if I may, as much as I'd love to just throw Claudia off the boat right now, I think that she is a valid bargaining chip to speaking to the Floranian government leaders. What do you leaders?
Do we even know how the Floranians will react to what you've done, Galen?
Well, that's why I'm pretty sure they'll be happy about me not letting them all die and inciting a war.
Do you
feel
think
like
they're
that's a
going to be
good
happy
idea.
with that, Galen?
Not inciting a war?
No,
yeah, I
inciting
think
a
so.
war. That's what you've done, Galen.
Not with my people. No, I haven't. That was the point of me not doing that. Greta wanted to bring all of my people to fight in Gelia, to fight the deep folk. I don't want that.
By using the one thing that your people have been known for, but been tortured for. Using the same thing. Wait, you're enforcing.
My people weren't tortured for that. My people used that to stop people from trying to incite violence on us for no reason.
You don't think that they will?
It's a last
retaliate.
resort.
Guys,
I don't think that they're gonna
Please.
have a good
1
time
second.
doing it if they try.
can we just talk about this, and you guys can argue. And I believe this is a valid argument to have, because there is a lot of feeling and history that comes along with this. But we need to have a plan. We need
I agree.
to focus on how we're going to handle this.
What is your idea, Kate?
I don't know.
Is-
I don't know. I believe that Claudia is a good bargaining chip to give to the Floranian people. I believe that if we killed Greta here, her, who is already very powerful, and the 12 Floranians would also go berserk. They would attack the entire ship. We cannot kill her here. I believe she needs to be killed on the Floranian Isles. She needs to be dealt with.
Kaylin, do you believe that I can de-radicalize, or at least try to de-radicalize, the Floranians with...
I do not want you to... the way that you are speaking to me right now...
You are different than them!
I'm not.
Because I appreciate that you want to try here, Deacon, but I believe that they need to be, like, properly... I don't know a word besides deprogrammed.
That is a valid word. I'm going to look up the etymology of programming, but I believe it existed before computers.
Who's to say that I can't do that, or at least understand where they're coming from, so we don't have just Kaylin to be our one translator for this?
Deacon, you could. I don't want Kaylin to start this either. I want to get them to their home, to the people that they've grown up and trust and that have the actual ideology that they grew up and rooted themselves into. I want them to be the one to deprogram them. I want to give the Floranians back to their people so that they can be... What?
So here's the thing. I agree that we need to get everybody back to the islands. I think what really nobody knows besides us is that we're kind of in the middle of a debate on the islands, and I think something like this can help us all come to a decision, actually, which is a good thing. So there's some of us, here, Christian, can you explain can you recite what you said to me so I don't say it
for
wrong?
information's sake, the big debate right now in the Floranian debate space, forum, is really hard to explain the anarchist government. Is the question of peace is an orchid or peace is a weed. The peace is an orchid camp believes that peace is something that needs to be tended to and cared for and maintained by a loving gardener. Peace is work and something that does not happen naturally. It wants to fight its own existence. Alternatively, peace is a weed. And the people who believe peace is a weed believe that it's actually outside gardeners, tyrants, people who exist in the world who are ripping up the peace weeds. And if the gardeners are removed, then peace will take root and expand. You just have to get rid of all the tyrants. You have to wait for the gardeners to put down their tools. And that is the current fight that everyone is having right now in Floranian society.
And you think killing the deep folk leader...
Here.
See, I think the 12 Floranians on this ship kind of are taking both at the same time.
What do you want, Kaylin? Worry about what you want, not these stupid 12...
Don't call my people stupid! Excuse
They're
me.
radicalized, Kaylin! Do you not understand that?
I don't care. You're not calling them stupid. You're not insulting my people right in front of me.
You're lucky I haven't gone in there myself and spoke with them.
I'd like to see you try. And I'm gonna, spikes up.
We're not getting
like
anywhere
this.
with this. Continuing
Stop
on.
raising your voice at me, Deacon. I'm trying to have a discussion.
I am too. Do you not understand this? Tell me what you want.
Yelling. You're yelling. And I think this is a great time, actually, to bring our old friend back in. Boom. Talking stick. It's coming out.
I'm going to snatch it.
The audacity.
Fantastic.
Ace.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
So, Claudia and Greta make it alive. Greta is hopefully quickly killed. We would love to deal with her. She needs to go. Claudia can be used in whatever negotiations Kaylin has to make in order to figure out what's happening, in order to deal with this. The installation of General Odd is something that I think is actually the biggest thing we have here. Like what we've done here, what the decision that Kaylin made, it is awful. And Sleeper's Rot is a terrible thing. But I do see a world where there are less overall casualties. Because if it does take out the head of the deep folk, then they'll scatter. And they don't have like besides this line of secession, which was already like somebody dies, and then like the chosen person was already kind of being instilled before that. This guy is fairly new. They don't have somebody else to just take the place if the deep folk head dies. They will scatter and they will be fractured and they will be overall weaker. And if this means that we can instill somebody who wants peace and can stabilize the Deep Folk Isles, then I think we are overall, it's less death.
And
although this will be a graphic time, yeah, 1 second, please. Although this will be a graphic time in their history, I believe that it will be looked on in a more positive light if we can instill this person who actually wants peace. Deacon.
Kaylin, what you've done, you do not understand. You might think that you have a rational idea of death and justice. But I have seen your idea of what justice is, and this action, I believe, was not well thought out. I also would appreciate you running these ideas past me before you past us before you do them.
In what time did I have?
You don't have the talking stick. My next point is that you have been saying that you have an idea of how this will end up. You have this hypothesis of how your people will understand what happened. I want you to speak from your own truth, not what you think will happen, what you think the Floranians will do. Why did you do what you did? I understand your relationship to your people is one that you deeply, deeply want to protect. But I'm shaken, deeply shaken by what you have done, especially understanding where you have come from. So allow me to be shaken from this. Allow both of us. And when we're getting passionate, it is only because we really, really want to know what you are trying to do. Whether or not these Nstrunen people live or die was never important to me. But I want, and I did this for you, and I'm asking you to personalize this for me. It's the least you can do. And I will hand the stick to Caitlin.
Deacon, I had no time. You were not there. AS was not there. I was put in a position I wasn't aware I would be in. So, I made the best decision, to my knowledge, as Aya said, to overall cause less casualties in general, but more importantly to me, of my people. I do not want more fighting on Gelian soil. If the deep folk end up retaliating and try to hit the Isles, that's something I can deal with. But I did not want my people moving onto Gelian soil to fight a battle that wasn't theirs to begin with. Because someone decided to take advantage of those 12 Floranians and twist their way of thinking. I don't think that's fair to my people, because I know what they would have done. I know what I would have done had I been on the island and I heard that 12 of my people had been martyred for a cause that wasn't theirs.
Can I say something?
You don't have the stick.
Please.
You don't have the stick? No. I'm still talking. You wanted me to personalize this. You wanted me to explain, and I am. I know what I would have done if I were my people on the island. You saw what I did to those 3 guards. That's what would have happened on a way larger scale. Because while my people are peaceful, while they are unharmed and left alone, if one of us is threatened, it's not good, and it's not pretty, and it's not peaceful. Historically, it has not been peaceful. And I knew that that would happen again. What I've done is a smaller scale version, a way smaller scale version that kills less peaceful Gelians and targets the people who needed to be targeted. Well, yes, it was an act of destruction, 100%. But to me, it was the most peaceful option. I don't care if we kill Greta. What she stands for, I do not agree with, and I think it is dangerous. But I think what is best is if we take my people... So you made a deal
with the devil, Kaylin.
I didn't make a deal with her. I told her what I wanted, and she agreed. But I don't trust her to not turn around and change her mind. Which is why I think she should be dealt with. I would like to go back to my islands, sit down with our leaders, explain what has happened, and come to a decision.
Caitlin, there is nothing stopping me from taking her life.
Not on this boat. I don't care if you take her life on the islands.
Speak, A.S.
Not on this boat.
Thank you. So on that, I've been thinking, and I think once again, we go about this in 3 different ways. I think that when we land, if Deacon was to handle Greta as quickly and as ferociously as possible, I think
those 12 can't see it.
That they can't, but I find it hard to believe that they're not going to be pulled into whatever kind of trial or deliberation that you're going to go through. And I have a feeling that outsiders aren't particularly welcome, so I don't think she will be welcome in. So I think that Deacon would also not be welcomed in necessarily, and I wouldn't be welcomed in. So maybe Deacon handling Greta then is the best course of action.
Can I speak to Greta?
One second, because I wanted to offer this. I would like to also offer support to General Odd and the installation of him through Fessipton. We have that connection to Mavis, and we can offer funds and aid to stabilization of the deep folk through support to him. I believe that I could kind of break through to that. Christian looks like he wants to speak so badly.
Bors is so happy. He is leaping around. He looks like Rudolph after he gets kissed. Like, he is, like, skipping around. He's whinnying. He's neighing. He is so fucking jazzed at the sound of you being like, let's get the Fessipton government involved. He's literally just skipping his way through, like, He's so excited.
What?
Oh, you're telling me I have no idea what my fucker wants either, so...
Well, like, there's a thing in science where, like, if you're consistently nailing it or consistently failing, you're never learning anything. It's like, and I feel that way with Bors all the time. Of like, I feel like I'm just kind of nailing it, and I don't learn anything from that. I don't know what he wants. Yeah.
I think
so
that's a good idea. Yes.
I
do.
Thank you, and I think that while we still have the lead on this, nobody outside of this boat knows anything about anything that's happened here. While we have the lead on this, we have a lot of power to throw around through information. And I think that if Kaylin goes and talks to the Floranian government, and I immediately go off to Fessipton and try to talk to Thorn and Mavis, then we can make some headway there, and that would leave Deacon with handling the people we don't want around, but you're also kind of the best suited to do that.
I will do that.
I appreciate it.
Kaylin, this...
You're very helpful in giving Kaylin credibility from an outside source if they look to you.
Kaylin,
I don't know what the deal is, but they may need you in a talking sense after you've dealt with things.
Me.
Possibly. It's just they may look to you eventually. So if we could handle the other two things as quickly as possible before they ask for outside information, because then Greta may wander off somewhere.
Kaylin and Aes,
Oh,
I
sorry.
want you to-
Here's
Aes
the stick.
still
Sorry.
has the
Yeah,
stick.
the stick.
Yeah.
Here. Sorry.
Okay, I'll take the fucking stick. I had my will stripped from me. Before I was this. What you did today, Kaylin, could have been prevented. It reminded me that there's still evil in this world. There is destruction, and I'm not saying that I didn't participate in that in my life. But I knew you to be a pillar against that. And a pillar of friendship and camaraderie, both of you. I can't say that if you give me a time to speak with Greta that I won't kill her. But the cat. The
I'm
idea.
currently a goalie. I'm sorry.
Just pick her up. Throw. Or him? Her.
What?
Him.
Him.
That's the
Oh my
boy.
gosh.
Baby.
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 The idea of you making a decision for peace. Ultimately, I understand where you're coming from. Although it was executed poorly. And I think that we've put this to rest for the time. And
I do not agree.
what do you not agree with? You want the fucking stick?
Sure. I don't agree that this could have been prevented by me.
No, but I disagree that you went about it in a wrong way. It's
How would you have
semantics, I
done it?
believe.
How would you have done it, Deacon? I really would like to hear your plan if you were put in my position. What would you have done?
There is a knock on the door to the cabin. Mom, I know you're doing something about negotiating, but the fish boss has questions for the tree lady. I think he's getting pretty animated. He's just a bit angry. You should probably have someone talk to him.
Yes, that's your cue.
I think we could, if I could get a moment with him. Ace, I would actually like if you could step in as well to talk about Ep11. Deacon, you can be in the room, but if you start yelling again and actively going against the plan that we are setting forth, I think it will send the wrong message. So if you don't think you can agree to what we're doing, I would advise if you would step out of the room as to not confuse him or to distrust us.
I'm not trying to sabotage you, and I will do that if you wish.
So, just for the sake of stuff, we are currently sailing to the Floranian home islands. Everybody is going into the conversation with Odd, just to confirm.
That's what it looks like.
I don't
Okay.
fucking know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean, Deacon, it's up to you if you think that you can sit here and not try to jump in and disagree.
No, I mean, I don't want to,
I just don't want to confuse Odd with two different
No,
voices,
I don't
you
want to
know?
confuse Odd. I like Odd. Grant likes Odd, so to speak. Kaylin, really quick, the status of Greta right now. Is she weak?
Yeah, not really. No. No, she was kind of just tied up. No, she's
I
not.
think it's smartest if no one speaks to her until we get to the Isles.
If she's blissfully unaware of the fact that we're probably going to kill her, I think it's best. Otherwise, she will try to rally my 12, and
Let's
I don't
talk
want
to
anything
let's
like
talk
that.
to General Odd first, and then please, can we try to figure out who next to speak to?
Okay. So,
I would like to follow a few steps behind, and if I see Keens, wave them
Okay.
ahead and just take a step to her.
okay. So Odd is over in the sort of like officers' quarters, which in this case are just like a walled off portion of like hammocks and stuff in the bow of the ship. So you do that. Keen's, how's it going? You having fun with your yelling party?
Is it ever fun, Keens?
No, I know. Figured I'd introduce a bit of levity.
Thank you. I wanted to say that under no circumstances is anyone to speak to Greta, including one of the three of us.
Understood.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you need, ma'am?
Not at this time.
At 8.
Thank you.
Keynes goes off to disseminate that order. So you go to Odd. Odd's chilling. He's given up. Like he's being treated with like a level of military etiquette. Almost everybody who's served on this ship has served in the military, so they like know how to handle a surrendered officer. And he's standing up, pacing. Tall, very gray skin, lots of tattoos, lots of like, look up woad tattoos, but red if you don't know what his tattoo vibe is. And he's standing there. So what ends do you have from me? I already told you I will not make a good ransom.
And that is not what we wish. I think you will actually appreciate our plan for you. there are a few things that we definitely need to discuss before that plan can carry forward, but I think we will all come to a happy agreement here.
Okay.
General Odd, I'm Deacon Atticus. It is unfortunate that these are the circumstances in which we meet, but I am here to facilitate a smooth and understanding relationship of what your situation will be.
All right.
So it is our understanding that your stance through all of this has kind of been to come to a peaceful end between the Deep Folk and the Gellians. You've been a proponent of peace.
Yes.
We would like to see someone with your mentality take power.
So we're trying to
Kayla.
facilitate a coup.
General
To a
Odd,
degree, yes.
if I may,
Have you
Kaylin.
done research into this? Do you understand the Deep Folk political structure? Do you... Or are we attempting a violent coup?
there was some actions that were taken by parties unbeknownst to me, but I believe this is a time for Kaylin to bring to light what she has done.
So, I know that you want peace, and I want peace. I want the least amount of fighting in general, I think. It's a good way to put it. As you know, there were 12 of my people on that boat, along with Greta as well. Their plan, initially, was to be martyred, and as that information then traveled to my home islands, they wanted to basically start a war, including the Floridians this time, which I know, knowing my people, would get very bloody, very deadly, and wouldn't be good for either of us. I don't think it would have brought any peace. I think it would have elongated the overall fighting and war. So, to stop that, I had to take a more targeted approach to the violence. And unfortunately, the people on that submarine that we have sent have been infected with sleeper's rot.
Deacon stands in front of the door. Just back to it.
This was done in the hopes that it would go and to the head of power, freeing up a space for you to eventually take over. And we would like to help put you in that position of power as well.
He has reflexively reached for his sword belt that is empty.
Mm-hmm.
And just like...
I understand that. Please understand that this was not the way that we intended to go about this.
No, it was not.
And with the fact that the Floranians were radicalized, changed a lot of the way that this has come about.
And trust that they will be dealt with to the highest extent. That not only
Stop. I would like to state this so I understand this. Your plan was to stop a war by starting a civil war.
A less
that you claim
deadly war.
to be about peace. To keep your people's hands dirty, while mine and my people must slaughter each other.
Well, the
You-
goal
I
would
was
be
hoping-
to somehow to have support and have outside parties grant their support to you coming to the head of a more peaceful area overall.
I cannot lie to you.
And
Try
you
to
don't want
end-
war. Really quick, show of hands. How many of you children have fought in a war? Now, I know your face. I remember you. I know what you've done for the Jellians. I know what you've done for the Deep Folk. I admit I taught at a military academy during that time. But I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the girl.
No, I understand.
You are all children in this regard. And you
No,
think
General Odd.
I am going to... You think that I can just walk in and say, I'm in charge now.
No.
And not have a war. Not just conjure out of nowhere an army for myself to fight and win over. Let's say that. Or maybe I will just be magically elected because we have a perfect democracy like your Fesipton does. We are not a people that were unified through... We are not a people that have been unified long. We're not even a people interested in expanding and exploring until about 25 years ago. And you think I'm going to be able to just show up after you release what is effectively a bomb?
May I
All
interrupt?
I have to say is you are children.
General Odd. I have lived and lost my parents to a war with the Black Kingdom. It was many, many years ago, hundreds of years ago. And I want you to know that I am vehemently against acts of war and acts that Kayla and Ayla have done today. And I will do everything in my power to help facilitate a peaceful and collaborative effort between the Nestrunans and the Deep Folk. If that is what you desire, if that is what you need. But trust Kaylin has her own work to do.
Let me speak to Caitlin. Goodbye. You all leave.
And I'm gone.
Fucking hell, Deacon. Fucking hell. The thing I said, the reason we didn't want you in the room.
General Odd, the second the door closes behind him,
Jesus Christ.
General Odd is in your face. He's probably like half a head shorter than you.
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking at you. You are. I want you to understand something. I have not worked with your Floranians long, but I understand they are very competent. What your friends and you seem to not understand is that war has come. War... You have opened the door to war. You have brought it to your shores. You have brought it to my shores, and my people have already brought war to the continent. And so, let me say this without any misunderstanding. You do not know what war is. But you have just become its mother. and he gets very, very close to you. I need you roll con roll for me.
Okay.
This is so fucked up.
Can I use empathy?
Sure.
Or to use that, can I reset
Yes.
with
yes.
Using F?
Yes, you can
as
use your
a string?
fascination.
Yes. Okay. Do you want to explain what that means
Uh,
to people while I erase?
We've
Just the string fascination.
like what it means for you. The
Yeah.
fascination to Greta, or I wasn't really sure where the F is.
Yeah. It was because I was able to like I in that social combat sway them into being fascinated with my ideology.
Okay, no, that tracks. Okay, that's cool.
Okay. Cute. Okay. Let me use empathy. And it was connection?
32.
No. That doesn't work.
All right.
Yeah. Networking?
Sure, give it a shot.
Okay. Sorry, I'm seeing what I have. 33!
You've had it just 33. Rolling completely organically. So that's a success over 0, right? That's a push down.
Yes.
So you understand something immediately about him. There is a very sick part of him that wanted this. But he's not going to let you win. Let me make this very clear. I saw what your people fight like. You, Kalen Ayla, will know violence. If you do not, I will drag you to it. And so, I will be your puppet until the second my strings are cut. And then I promise you, the entire nation that I build will be dedicated to crushing you. You will never know peace. Your life is war.
Grant, shut up.
Wow.
And I, when you die, I will personally set fire to the forest you've become and stamp on every ash for the damage you've done to my people. We have done crimes, and I will not hold that against your people, but I will hold it against you, like a torch to dead wood.
Spikes are growing up her back, but in a spot where he can't see.
Give me a discipline check.
Okay.
33! You just pass.
That's hilarious. Okay, yeah.
You will burn. And you
I love this. Grant loves this. It's such a
Grant
cool
needs to
way.
and
shut-
he stands back, leans up against a wall.
He's such a badass.
Give me my army. Give me my navy. And give me my country, so I can kill you.
Yeah. So
So, could you go to your character sheet and write the word enemy on it for me? And scratch out
Under
pacifist.
events?
Yes.
Under events?
Yeah.
Okay.
And scratch out pacifist, by the way.
Kayla got in the bed.
Kayla got the bed. Kayla got the bed.
Caitlin
That was
has an
such a
enemy.
cool
Caitlin
scene.
has an
Oh,
enemy.
I loved that.
That's an interesting one.
That's new, right? I don't.
It's one of them. It's on there.
It's one of
It's
them.
on there,
I just
yeah.
I've never taken it.
Yeah.
Does it? Do I write anything underneath? Like any
We can
ads
track
or-
that down later. I just needed to note
Okay.
in the moment that you have an enemy.
Enemy.
You.
I'm just. I'm trying to. Sorry, I burped.
We.
I think
The,
I would walk up to him and I would reach out my hand and say, "Let's let this begin."
He bites his thumb. Claps his hands around your face and just holds you there for a second. You feel a little bit of his claws dig into your skin, and when he lets go, there are just 2 bloody handprints on your face. Welcome to war.
I would exit. after
Yeah.
that, yeah. Yeah.
So you come out and
Okay, but he likes me, right?
Honestly, you are so beneath him.
yeah. He's got bigger fish to fry, but
Yes.
He's a
I have a
force to
question.
burn.
Yes.
It's more beautiful that us two don't know what he said, right?
No,
If
you
we
do
were out
not
of the-
know
okay.
that.
Oh, I would not tell
No.
you.
Okay.
I would
didn't
not
know-
tell you whatsoever.
I didn't know if
She
we were
just-
like.
I would
if
never
that was
tell
something
you.
that you wanted to include.
God no. I would not speak up.
No. Because we were just outside the room, so I didn't know if Christian was just like, just so you know.
No, you don't. You
Okay.
don't hear it. All you see is because he does not bring his voice above a whisper.
Okay.
Okay,
great.
Like everything he said was to Kaylin and to Kaylin alone.
Yeah, because Aes's ear was up against the door the whole time.
Yeah, I wanted my ear to be too.
No.
But we don't hear anything.
All you see, if your hands are up against the door, you open it, and there's Kaylin with just 2 red handprints against her face.
Now that's
With
a
every
pact
passing
with the
day,
devil.
Kaylin, you look more and more like me. That's just the truth.
Lovely.
We're gonna go into telescope time for a little bit. We're gonna sort of hand stuff over. Question for everyone. Show.
Sorry.
Did you
Yeah.
just read it?
Yeah. You have effectively. Yeah, 4.
Oh my god, love it.
You are who sleeps? Who is actually going to try to sleep on the? Because it's a bit of a run.
Technically, I don't need to sleep.
I'll sleep.
I'm gonna meditate and I'm gonna try to just like figure out what the fuck I'm gonna tell my people.
Okay, that's
Because
fair.
I'm so nervous. Nobody else. I have not made it aware to everybody, but I am so fucking nervous to go back home.
I will
Holy
prepare
buttholes.
tea for the
Oh,
flurry.
good.
You know what? I'll
Okay.
prepare tea for everyone. Everyone gets tea. With my
Nice.
Okay.
culinary artist, everybody gets wonderful tea.
Like right now?
Yeah.
Yep. So you
the
now
blue
have
machine.
I'm actually wait.
Oh,
I need to
blue
roll
machine.
something for Greta real fast.
Mm.
Greta
Greta hates
Greta
tea.
does not drink the tea.
Okay.
Actually, the entire time Greta has been down there, she has been staring at people, and every time somebody makes eye contact, she just starts like mouthing a prayer at them. And then the second they break eye contact,
She's so creepy.
yeah, just this buff blonde German woman sitting there muttering prayers at people. Deacon, do you sleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right before I sleep, I want to ask AS, or I'll tell AS. I'll say, preferably when Kaylin's not listening. I want you to know that I am trying my best right now to be supportive of both of you while trying to deal with my own shit.
I
hope you get
I see
that.
that. You've been remarkably calm. I've seen you act a lot more egregiously in lesser circumstances. And it's appreciated because there's a lot going on.
I agree.
Thank you.
All right. Good night.
Tea?
Please. And I'll just hold it because he doesn't drink water.
Hey, you
This is
love my
emotional
cooking.
support
You
tea.
love my
This
cooking.
is
It's just
this
warm.
is emotional
True.
support tea.
It's true. Okay, so everybody who decides to sleep sleeps kind of fitfully. As Deacon is sleeping, though.
Yeah. Christian, can I just request that we take a pee break really quick because I caught
Sure.
coffee pee.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Beginning with Deacon now. Everybody else is asleep at this point, except for... And as Deacon has sort of retired into sleep, he finds himself in a black basalt room where people are screaming and people are chanting. The first thing, he sort of, the door opens and an individual he can't make out the face of is standing there covered in like unmaking scars, and this individual leads, as far as you can tell, Deacon through a black basalt hallway, and there are people running around. There are people holding buckets of organs. There are people carrying dead bodies around. And there are all these cells looking around. And when we get to... And Deacon turns his head to look in one of the cells and sees... somebody very lovingly and very, like, calmly... One second, I have to remove a Charlie. Anyway, very lovingly and very calmly just plucking out the eyes of an old man and, like, looking at them and observing them before running a little bit of magical energy through them, and then they just, like... pop, frantically starts writing stuff down. And it's at this point that Deacon is taken to the end of the hallway and is led to a large chair.
Do I have bodily autonomy?
No.
Okay.
You are taken to this chair, and in walks somebody faceless and again faceless but still covered in magical scars, and very sort of like druggily would be the word, in a sort of a state. Yes, this one will do nicely. Great many passions. Pats Deacon on the cheek. You will serve a greater purpose. You will be worth something. Something good.
Can I see what these people are wearing?
Robes. Shit, one second. I actually need to remind myself because I'm a hack and a fraud. Clothing. Give me 1 second. There it is. They're wearing basically liquid crystal In fact, like I like literally there it imagine like a bodysuit made of crystal. And
Completely foreign to me.
yeah,
Never seen anything like
I'm
this before.
actually no. Could you give me a knowledge roll real fast?
Yes. This looks of some type of importance to a cult.
It looks like some type of importance to magicians, is all I will say.
Magicians. Okay. Can I? It's a history of Nistrunen. But
No.
they are not Nistrunen, right?
No, they're not.
They're
Nistrunen.
Cocoon.
Sorry, yeah, they're all cocoons. But that you
so
again,
yeah,
you cannot see faces. They are just blank.
Okay. Can I roll some type of? Can I kick it with history?
Sure.
Okay. And I'll just do a D8.
$40.
40.
Okay. Well, we'll let you. 64. Yeah.
60.
Okay. So rolling
That's
on.
a moff of 6.
Okay. So you don't land it. As you are sitting there, a sort of magical ring forms around your fingers, which you realize are not your own fingers. They are where Deacon is pale and gaunt. These fingers are like workers' fingers. And slowly but surely a magical circle starts tracing it around the tip of your middle finger and then expands and starts going around your hand and spinning. And as it does, your fingers go from like sort of a suntanned color to just deep black. And then you feel yourself trying to lift your hand, and as you do, your fingers start melting. And you realize...
Do I feel it?
Oh, yeah. And it's not hot. It is the feeling of imagine the molecules of your hand are being liquefied. They're being taken apart and the bonds are breaking down.
I am going... Since I can feel pain, but I can't move my body,
Yes.
I am going to try to meditate into my body again. To try to control the fact that this pain does not control me, and I am deeply rooted in the body that I was given to try to wake up or try to be
dis minus 10.
forced back.
Dis minus 10.
Oh, I'm rolling the wrong thing.
So, if you'd like to kick in torture,
yeah, I'll kick in torture. Come on, baby. That's a minus 10, you said?
yep, 33. So you,
33.
so you success over. So the very least you were able to
Kind of like an ice. I would that my goal is really quick is to just allow allow it to be there, but it doesn't control me like a person sitting in an ice bath.
So you do that and you feel yourself like starting to separate, and at which point the faceless man grabs your face. No, the pain is what's worth it. The pain makes it real, and it overrides your meditation. As you start to feel it, pain makes suffering worth it. Pain validates all. As it starts to... And you realize, first off, that whatever this dream is, it's aware of you. It is aware of Deacon consciously, and it starts melting. And
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
In character. I'll try to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Are you the god I have yet to meet? Yet to speak to?
And the faceless man smiles. We were gods. And we are ghosts now. As more of your body starts to, like, you begin to feel the pain. To express this mechanically, I would be giving you conditions in, like, high energy, but I don't feel like doing that right now because, but Deacon is currently suffering. Actually, sure, give me a dis roll real fast. Give me a discipline roll again.
Okay, I have a -5 to this because of Nightmare.
Yep.
A discipline.
Yeah.
My target number is 34.
So you pass. So you pass
But
barely.
-5.
Oh, -5? Oh, that
So
sucks.
it's 29.
So
I'm off of 2.
lose 2 points off of your mental health.
Okay, yeah.
And slowly but surely you start melting more and more. The rituals make it all worth it. The pain, the ritual, the care. We said the right words. It's okay. And it's like sort of like a sing-songy, almost Gregorian chant. Like, everything makes sense when we pray about it. As you slowly but surely more of you starts to melt, you feel your jaw start to give way, your mouth start to give way, your tongue sloshes back into the back of your throat as it becomes liquid, choking your already breaking down throat.
I will try to speak one more time. Or just think it into existence. If this is you, goat, tell me what I am to do.
Nothing happens. You melt down and you feel yourself being encased by glass. As you feel yourself formless in the glass, the entire time pain, something that you remember as your hand, floats past through the something you remember as your stomach. And the strangeness of your autonomy, and then you're picked up and like a pin dragged across the surface into a shape, again, something that could be paper.
Wait. That didn't make sense to me. What happened?
You feel yourself sloshing around in this thing encased by glass, and then then you feel like a pin picks you up and drags.
Pin?
Just like a
How
thin,
does a pin
something,
pick me up?
Something thin picks up a portion of you and just drags you. You feel yourself stretch across a thin piece of something that could be scratchy like paper or something as you are dragged across, and a portion of you leaves your body, still retaining its awareness. A small piece of you is gone and disappears off into the ether.
Can I? Okay, fuck. Okay.
Just hang on. As you do, you feel yourself taking a new shape, and it just says, "It's all worth it with ritual. It's all worth it with ritual." As your imperceptibility, prayer makes it worth it. Everything is valid. Everything is real when you pray about it. Everything is true. As more of you is stretched out over paper, and more of you is stretched, nothing matters unless we pray about it. Nothing has meaning unless we pray. As more and more papers are filled up, and more of you leaves the glass jar as you stretch out and are spread out, until one day something comes to you with glasses. No, this won't do. This won't do at all. Picks up the paper, wrings it all out into the jar, and then dumps the jar onto the floor. This is a much better form. And starts swirling it and drawing something into a sort
Can
of
I feel the sensation of the finger.
Yes.
What does the finger's finger's energy feel familiar?
No, but you recognize this voice.
The voice. I recognize the voice. I know who this is, but I'm trying to sense if this is linked to the goat. If it feels.
Just be patient.
Feels,
just hang on. Just hang on. So as this shapes you and forms you into and twists you and breaks you, better. This will do. And the last thing you sort of feel is a hand grasp you and pick you up. And you are now back in that sort of ferrofluid blank ink space with the goat standing across from you.
Look at my hands.
They're your hands now.
I've been praying. I have been working towards understanding the root of the in-between between my beliefs and my feelings. And the battle of action between blame and revenge, goat. I feel I'm at a whim of something that I cannot control or understand. Nor do
Goat
I feel
nods.
like you're making it easier.
Goat nods.
What is to stop me from just existing as I am? Letting the vengeance that lives and breathes in the world be. Stop trying to have a say in it. Stop trying to take the pain of the world on. Is this something I'm time to do?
Goat
It's
is
destroying my body.
Goat is so
I am used to this. But I'm growing tired and confused.
For just a second. Actually, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to roll on this. Yeah, go goat. 8. Goat takes just 1 second, shapes itself into a human cocoon body, covered in ink dripping away from it, and the ink parts for just a second. Just help people. No prayer. And then it melts again, and inside is Goat, except now he's missing horns. And you don't wake up with a start, but you are covered. You wake up covered in just black ink. Oh, I should also mention that Goat falls down to the ground, and he is visibly tired and visibly shaken.
Can't do anything right.
Anyway,
Do anything right.
So
Don't anyways this.
Anyway, I'm gonna this. I'm gonna leave you time to think about that.
No, I'm fine.
We know what Goat wants. Kinda, I think.
Yeah, but
Help, no prayer.
Help, no prayer.
Yeah, but what at what point, at what cost? Like it feels defeating.
Okay.
You're pulling up to the Floranian Islands. And we're actually going to start in Aes's cabin with Keynes and Stokes sitting there with Aes. Ma'am, you must forgive me, but, me and some of the other women have had a concern about all this business. Some of us knew people who were trained by people who fought in the Floranian Wars. Many of us may not be comfortable going ashore.
I understand. I don't expect any of us to necessarily get off the boat. Just the visitors that we currently have.
Very good.
I do, as long as they don't request it, and then I will try my best to fight any of us. But I don't think they want all of us on their shores either.
We're also curious, ma'am. What is the official Swift Sail Industries policy regarding everything?
Well, what do you mean by everything?
We know what has occurred. We've heard enough. Some of us have spoken to the Floranians. What business are we in now?
I think at this point, as I wasn't involved in any of the happenings that occurred down there, I thought this was going to be a rescue mission. We're currently trying to instill someone who maybe doesn't hate us and our business, and just support the deep folk, so that maybe we as a business can, operate more freely and are no longer wanted.
Aye, they're doing damage control.
Yeah.
It's not a bad plan. The two of them both look at each other.
What?
Well, what if your little pony over there, can he just move you anywhere? Moved all of us?
Yeah, was that weird? I'm sorry. We don't have to talk about this.
It was incredibly frightening.
Yeah.
The only reason we knew he did it is because he walked up, hopped on top of the mast, and then all of a sudden let out the loudest, most eldritch neigh I ever heard, and then all of a sudden we were just sitting in our dry dock.
Oh.
It was like hell itself opened up. Again.
Oh, not again.
So, me and Mrs. Stokes had a plan. What if you let go of your people? Let the terrorist lady, let the murder plants, the weird fishman, and the strange sergeant lady who I still don't know her purpose in this.
Me neither.
What if you had your boat, your little tiny horseman, tiny pony? Get to the point already, won't you? Why don't you have them teleport us home to Fessipton?
That was something I would like to go to Fessipton.
Leave the plant people to their business, and let your strange weird priest man do his weird priest thing over there.
Oh, he's gonna do it either way.
So we could go off to Fessipton, and we could do damage control from there.
I agree. And yeah, I guess if he did transport the boat, it would be faster than the fastest ship traveling already.
Technically, it would make us the fastest ship. It would make us the fastest ship. Full stop.
It's true.
Several hundred miles in a matter of minutes. So what do you say? Just pop out, get us away from the Death Island, and whatever they're about to do.
Is Boris in the room?
Turn around.
I turn around.
He's there. Haha.
Aha!
Have you heard this? Is this okay with you? Is he still prancing?
He is so jazzed. He hasn't stopped being jazzed. He's doing a little horse dance.
Little canter all
Yeah.
around.
Like he is going to kill it in the dressage purely on like energy alone.
Okay. Well then, once everyone's off the boat, we'll head to Fessipton. I guess prepare everyone for another travel like that.
Yeah, we don't know how. Lots
I
of
guess
people
just let 'em-
vomited.
At least a heads up is better.
Alright. Yes, so do you AS tell your friends your plan?
They already know that I'm planning to head to Fessipton.
To abandon them outright right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
You would tell us?
I would tell you guys that the plan is I was already going to drop you off and then immediately head out, and now it looks like I will be teleported out.
Well, how are we getting Odd back to Gelia? Is my main concern.
We can handle that. That will be
believe
handled. But I'm assuming you'll be here for a period of time.
Ace has
To
got it
discuss.
handled, I believe. Kaylin,
Because you're gonna need. He has to get off the boat. You're going to need him. But just to
Kaylin,
confirm
what-
again, he is fully for this, right?
For being our puppet? That he agreed.
Okay. Alright. then.
Kaylin, what do you need of me? Do you even want me here?
I assume you won't be welcome into our discussions, nor will any Kakutin at all. If you wish, maybe you could help keep watch over Greta and Odd, and I guess Claudia if we're not shoving her off the boat right now, but
Perhaps
I would
kill
like...
them.
I'm assuming I will be
wanna-
taken myself.
I want to help you, Kaylin. I want to vouch for your position, even though I know everything that happened. Provide a witness for you if they request.
And you won't overtly say that you disagree with everything that I did, like you did last time? Because that's not very much vouching for me, is it?
I can try my damnedest. But it seems like these days I'm at odds with not only myself, but every single person that I've spoken to in my life. Aes, I am not exactly emotionally capable to handle Greta and Claudia any longer. Nor do I feel like I'm capable of controlling Thursia, the beast within me. I feel I'm at a boiling point. So it would be best that somebody else is taking care of them regardless of what it is. It could be the Floranians or you, or they could be dumped off this ship for what I care. But for all I know, I am ready to never go back home, never feel pain again. I just want to be here with Kaylin and you. For now. Is that okay?
I mean, you're for sure here as long as we're on the boat. But the boat has to leave. And I don't believe that you should come with me with your previous relations with my main contact.
Great.
Goat comes for the first time. You hear Goat's little like bubbling. No horns. Even looks a little less like dark, like a little less black. Goat like nuzzles Satoxi.
Can I hug the goat? I'll put the scissors down, but I just want to hug him and say, I'm sorry for not understanding you and doing this
Can I make a
to
roll?
you.
Yes.
Con?
Con. Yep. Or purr if that's better. Whoa!
2.
Oh, 2.
The goat wants one.
The goat is trying to incite Deacon to kill Greta. The goat wants Deacon to fight. The goat is trying to say, Deacon, use your sword. And you don't know this, but the goat's trying to say help. Goat just wants Deacon to help. No, that's all Goat wants. He's trying to get Deacon to help.
I'll relay that to Deacon as my understanding.
I know.
And
I know,
I
AS.
know.
Don't you think I know? Look at what I did to him. I did this. I'm trying to help Goat. I am.
That was a noise the goat made. It gets down, picks up Satoxi. It licks like tears off of your eye.
Deacon
What?
believes in you. And I believe in you. And
I don't.
Kaylin, I believe that you do as well, or else we wouldn't put this faith in you.
I don't want to feel the pain anymore.
Goat's sick of this shit, walks away. Like, Deacon, do you sulk the whole way over?
I'll say, if there's any way that Greta, Claudia, and I can be taken to the Floranians, and I can just put a pause on this for the meantime.
I mean, if you come to the island, you will be separated with them and Odd.
Great.
Unless AS would like to take Odd to talk to the Fessiton
Can
rulers
you-
and make an agreement amongst them.
I don't believe that would be necessary. I believe he'd be more helpful to you.
Okay.
Can you vouch that I am to be trusted? And that I can keep my weapons, or just vouch for me as much as I can so I can maintain a little bit of liberty in this place that you call home.
I mean, I'm not quite sure, honestly, how they're going to react.
Just try,
We don't
please.
have a lot of people on our shores, and
Just
you-
promise
Caitlin,
me you'll
it
try.
would be important if
I can try my best, but I can't guarantee anything. Is
that's all
I'm
we
saying.
ask.
That's it.
So, you take the longboats out and sail and row your way out.
I will leave Kalen General Odd's sword, so that if it is deemed that he can have it returned to him, it can be returned to him as soon as possible.
Alright.
And so you reach the magical isles. Behind you, you see Aes's ship just thunk, out of existence. There's a splash as the void of water. And you sail up to the mysterious isles. They are beautiful. It is like a hothouse in the greatest botanical garden you have ever seen. They are humid. You see the Floranians like kind of get comfy, but Greta and Claudia are both like, oh, the humidity. As you sail up, and waiting for you is somebody you could consider your father, if you could call it that. This person raised you, trained you in combat. Rada stands up there. Jalen. We have received word that something has happened to the deep folk. And judging by the situation you are approaching us with, you are responsible. It is with no pride and no honor I am taking you, those 12, all of Petrus's mercenaries, and these 3 into custody until we can ascertain exactly what has happened. And as you do, this is something normal for the Floranians, but very new for the non-Floranians. A cage of roots immediately forms up around you and sucks you down into a tunnel system. Like a pneumatic tube. Everyone goes through. Oh, I should have mentioned, Reda is probably about twice the height of Kalen. A first generation. He's like a quarter of a redwood. Just before Kalen is taken, you will stand trial immediately. As all these tropical flowers and you're taken away. I'm going to go to Deacon first. You still have all your weapons and stuff, but you are currently caged up in this like root system.
Am I in a personal cage, or am I in a
Personal
cage
cage.
with Greta?
Personal cage.
Okay.
So you
Can
and
I
then
see? Do I? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I'll let you do your thing.
you are brought through this tube system into this open sort of root hole, and there is no way in or out except the way the cages came. And you are slightly suspended. Across the way is Claudia, Odd, and Greta, and you're all kind of sitting in like 4s. And Greta is the first to speak. So this is the Bauman punishment. Interesting.
I figured you'd not be with us, Greta.
The righteous, sorry, that's Scottish. The righteous also suffer judgment from time to time. But justice all justice always proves the true winner.
You
I will
believe
be
you'll
out.
be freed of this.
I know I'll be freed of this. How much you'll hang for bloodsucker? That's a question.
I trust and believe justice in not only my friend's actions, but in what I know to be right or wrong morally. You, my friend, will know nothing but anger and injustice. Injustice.
I need you to make a discipline check real fast.
Ooh.
13.
What is your
Nice.
moss?
My moss is 37 minus 13.
24?
So 24.
Okay. So you do. So her laugh, and it would chill you to the bone. But you do manage to stand brave and tall in the face of it, because there is no magical energy in her whatsoever.
Sorry,
But
it's 19 because
19,
I have
okay.
minus 5.
Okay, that smile and that laugh is so. Would be so chilling.
I am not shaken by you. I know exactly how you operate.
I don't need you shaken. I need you dead.
Ditto.
We'll have fun. And then she starts she's just chatting with everyone. She's just sitting there. Nobody else talks. Claudia is getting pissed. She's staring daggers at you of this isn't what we agreed, but she's also not saying anything because the second she's about to, she's you. And as soon as she does, Greets is the mercenary has opinions. That's adorable. And she is sitting there, and everything she says, she's even started to fuck with Odd. Odd is as cold and as cool as he is. He's about to retort, and she just jumps in her cage. Come on. Was sagst du? Please.
Odd. Do not play into her hand.
You're already in my
You
hand.
as well, Claudia. She
You
is the enemy here.
Already in my hand. And I can do whatever I want to you. I
Do it then.
own you. Because you...
Do it then.
Just wait. The sword of justice is long and patient. I will dance on the scales as they crush you. And then she just starts laughing for a little bit. We're going to cut over to Kaylin. And you pop up in front of Hulad, your mother. Reda is also there.
Mm-hmm.
Kapal, Sedo, Erikta, your aunts. Un, Chin, Solta, and Kjogda. You do not need to memorize all these names. The whole it's like the dwarves from The Hobbit. They're supposed to be kind of undistinguishable.
Okay.
Your uncles. Lonrak, Owi, and Fetan, your sort of siblings in your generation, although they followed a different path. They're all standing in a row. And Reda speaks up.
Are the 12 with me or no?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Kaylin, we give you a responsibility to represent our people on the outside world and report back. And instead, you frame our people for violence. Why?
Violence was already going to happen. There was no changing that. I wish that there would have been a different way.
Why was violence
There's-
inevitable?
I went to save those 12. That was my plan that day. I thought it was a rescue mission. I was told that they were being sold as slaves, which was not a part of our deal, and never anything that I intended. I went to save them. Upon that, I discovered that they had planned all of it. Unbeknownst to me, they had sided with Greta, who I am aware is a very dangerous individual, and not someone that we need to be working with by any means, and a major threat to everyone.
And so rather than just kill them off, rather than leave them to die because they had been corrupted by an outsider, the world of flesh brought them rage and blood. You chose to bring rage and blood to our shores. Were you also corrupted by Greta? Huh? At
Fairly, I
this
couldn't
point,
assume.
I need you to
Oh
know
God, rolls.
they
Am I
are
rolling?
hostile.
What's happening? Okay. Okay.
Advantage or damage.
Advantage. I don't have any fucking counters.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. First advantage to you.
Okay. I have one. It's fine.
You're fighting them as a whole. So you mean to tell us that you would rather save them, people who've turned away, even though they're corrupted?
I am aware that we are not a united people of mind as of late. My fear and what drove my action was that upon their death, those of us here would become enraged and fight on Jellian soil for somewhat of a semblance of justice. And that was what I was trying to avoid.
Advantage or damage?
Oh, damn. Advantage. What is it? Wait, what am I rolling against? Sorry.
Con.
Fudge.
They're gonna take that from you.
Can you kick empathy, or is this combat, so that has to be announced before?
It has to be announced before.
Mm-hmm. I've already used it as well.
You
I only have
are...
networking.
We're done with you. You have all you have indicated to us is that you are just as corrupt as them. What do you propose we do when the deep folk invade? You don't want us to leave the island? You want us to sit here and take a beating if they're beating while they just throw armies at us?
No. In my time on Keru, I have developed connections, and I have the entire nation of Fessipton willing to support our side as well. I haven't not thought about this.
Okay, checks with the mouth. Cash checks with your mouth that your ass can't keep. All right, let's go. Okay. Bold.
Oh yeah.
So what are you proposing?
I'm proposing that I am willing to take the fall on Keru for this. Be the villain. If you wish, as a nation, to state that you cast me out to protect you, so be it. But what I wanted to do was not involve us in this war. I trusted Odd as someone of peace. And I'm hoping that after the Deep Folk are settled, peace can be an option with help from my friends. Again, if you wish to make me the martyr, make me the villain, I am okay with this. And I accept that full responsibility. I'm willing to go public and say that the entire Sleeper's Rod was my idea.
First off, advantage or damage?
Yes, it was. I mean, I have to go damage. Like, I don't trust.
How many
the
counters
rules
do you
right now.
have right
So,
now?
I have zero.
I'm going.
I have zero.
So I'm gonna make you a deal. You volunteering yourself for exile, I'm going to count as a tier 1 stunt.
Okay.
So you get whatever your con mod encounters is.
2.
Okay. So you get 2 counters up against their 2 counters.
Okay. When I roll
Do you
this,
have any inclination of what like the health of a group of people
Of them?
is?
It's treated as a single entity.
okay, but it's probably high.
So it's not,
Most likely.
but it's not compounding high, is what I was
No,
trying to. Make
no,
sure.
it's not like you don't have to beat the
No.
health of everyone.
No.
There is somewhere a system in my notes.
Somewhere, somehow.
All right, roll it up.
Cool. Can I have networking.
Yes.
Can I state beforehand that if
Yes.
if the roll fails that I would like to use that?
100%.
Okay. Okay, I'm definitely using that. Let's see. 3,
44.
44.
44. Unfortunately, they rolled an 11.
Fuck. Can I use my other tier in
An
networking? or no?
11?
An
No,
11.
they had double
No,
success.
Damn.
The only way you could
Yeah.
do it is if you somehow created a new double, a double under. So they are going to not damage you, but take your
Okay.
counters.
Yeah.
Um,
Were they going for advantage?
yes.
Okay.
There is no reason that we can't just exile you right now. You have given yourself an impossible negotiating platform. You are a foolish child. You're lucky. The only virtue is that we believed in you and you had responsibilities. That's why we didn't turn you out. That's why we didn't order a kill on sight, like we did for the heretic Berea. You have failed, Caitlin. And right now, this council is fully prepared to invade because we have no other option. I don't know what you're talking about General Odd, or any of this. You are foolish. And so, we are prepared to vote to cast you out, at which point we'll have to propose war to the other clans. What do you have to say for yourself?
Can I show you something? Can I to Christian?
Mhm.
Can I I don't know how, like, do the little knock to try to call the little girl and the bear here. And show them.
This is going to be a tier 3 with the understanding
Okay.
that if you do not put this argument together well, this will be an immediate end to social combat.
Okay.
This is an all or nothing strike against an enemy with 4 counters to their name.
Uh-huh.
And so all I'm going to say is, first, what you say matters.
Well, yeah.
because you are going to
Uh-huh.
get. You are going to get, if this works, you are going to get the counters of everybody, 1 free specialty die, and you get the counters you have,
Which is 0.
which is your. Well, you'll get 2. You'll get 2 counters.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Okay.
So all I'm going to say is what you say matters, and make sure you have a goal and a direction in mind when you do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
All right. And you do the knock, and out of the leaves comes a little girl, little red hair, holding a bear to her chest. How... Galen, what is that, and how did it get through? Is that a child?
Not necessarily.
Advantage.
In.
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead. No,
Okay.
go ahead. If you're
Okay,
gonna,
okay.
yeah.
Do you want me to roll first, or do you want me to say it?
No, because what you say will modify the roll.
Well-
So,
Okay. Gotcha. In my travels, I have been more confused, but more excited for us as a people. When I set out, and everyone knows this, my intention was to figure out our purpose here. And I think I'm doing that. I have been shown things outside of what I believed reality was. And it has shaped me, and it has forced me to go outside of what I believed was right and wrong for the sake of figuring out who we are, why we're here. As I'm sure you all know from my stories, so many insane things have been happening, and things out of our control and out of everyone else's control have been happening by unforeseen forces larger than us. And I believe that they have a plan. And this young girl, if you wish to call her, is a part of that plan. And in my heart, I know what she is pushing me towards doing is good. And she sees this as an opportunity. And yes, it is going to be messy, and yes, it is an opportunity for change. But in the end, in my heart, and I hope you can see where I'm coming from, as you all have known me since forever. You know that all I want is the goodness of our people. And nothing in that regard has changed. And you may not agree with my actions that have taken place, but please remember that. I have not changed in that aspect. And I believe that this could be, eventually, something important for us.
advantage or damage? Gotta go damage. I mean,
Damage, yeah. Okay.
So,
So-
what are
so
you
sh-
adding to this?
so she has
Yeah.
6 counters.
Do you see my stress
I
rash
noticed that.
forming as I
noticed that.
speak?
You have
I noticed that.
six counters plus a free specialty die of whatever your highest relevant specialty is.
Not to
Probably networking. I
to-
assume.
Let's just
To also-
run this out real fast. Let's just. I know we have scheduling shit, but like
I don't think you're in the same room as me, Deacon.
Did you read the text I sent?
just
Just in
let's
case.
Let's just run this out. Let's
Yeah.
get this done. Let's get this done.
Okay.
So you were fighting with. So I needed a con roll from you.
Okay. Why is it taking so long to load?
With your highest specialty die, just got that is relevant. I don't know why this is taking so long to load.
I don't know, and it won't. It is not. It's,
7.
7 off of their 57. Roll damage
Roll your mental damage. Roll your mental damage.
or add your social damage. So it's 6 plus social dam.
okay, wait. So
Oh,
I have
yes.
6 counters
Yep.
plus
Your social damage.
my social damage is also 6, so that's 12.
So that's 12.
Plus my mental dam is 3 plus.
No,
1d4.
don't ignore not
No,
your
no
mental
mental
damage.
dam.
Just your
No.
so it's 12. You're moving 12.
Okay, I'm moving to. Okay, I'm not rolling. I'm not rolling.
No, you're not rolling. I just need to know
Cool.
clockwise or counterclockwise.
They're at hostile.
Yes. You don't know.
100%. It would be. What is that? Counter going towards like serene, secure, trusting, all that.
Yeah.
All that jazz. Yeah. I think because I'm really nervous. Well, I don't know because courageous and encouraged could be really good too, but so could interested and infatuated.
I think
How
that
much did
at the very least
How much
they
did I
might
roll
move-
for Greta?
I
I was what 25 and it rolled me a
Yeah,
couple.
you rolled like a 25. You rolled a lot. I rolled a 21,
But
and I think you rolled.
she's
a
got
25.
pretty high.
I think you should go counterclockwise. I think that was what your gut said. That's what you said first.
What's your gut tell you to do?
I don't know because if I'm asking them to like take arms, I don't think they're as high as Greta. I think to me it's better than them being at determined or disdainful for them to be encouraged. I think I'll move them more than one, and encouraged and courageous to me sounds better than determined and contemplative.
But if you move them 3,
I'm
and they make
nervous
it to
about-
reckless.
But they could be reckless in the way of like, okay, we're
Yeah.
gonna start this war. You know what I mean? It's not a bad thing.
So much of this
And
is
I-
out of your hands.
just I need a
I know.
clockwise or counterclockwise.
I'm really nervous about determined clockwise. Because it's only 12. It's not like it's like 30.
They sit there,
Oh, okay, good.
stare at you.
Oh, that would have been determined. Oh. Okay.
Wait, Megan.
They
Okay,
took
sure.
over to encouraged. As they look at you. Hulad, Rada, they look so sad.
Yeah.
You're the two people who trained you. The woman who taught you, or the woman who taught you how to read tea. The man who taught you how to fight. Get up and leave.
Oh, fuck.
They walk out of the place. One of your cousins. You make a good case. They may not agree, but we agree. We have been too far removed. Some of us would rather hide. Cousin. What would you have us do? We're gonna pause there with you. hop over to Aeus. And you land in Fessipton Harbor, and then immediately a skippy, happy Boris is like, up, 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 up. Whoop! And he teleports you right into Thorn's office. Like, he just he gets you to the boat to Fessipton Harbor, and then gets you to Thorn's office. To which Thorn is currently sitting on his desk, sitting at his desk, looking out the window, sipping on a brandy. Ah! My God. Aeus! Didn't hear you come in.
I don't believe I did. Hello. There has been a situation. And I would like to beseech you and Mavis to get involved.
I do like getting involved in situations.
I know
What's
you
occurred? And so
I love that.
he's intrigued. You recount the whole thing to him, and pretty much, I'm going to not at the risk of summarizing the situation for like the 5th time this session. I am going to just have his reactions, which are in order. That's horrible. How interesting. How did she? And then finally, you're doing what? I like it. And
Oh my god.
I love you.
so,
Oh my god.
so Thorn sits down with you. All right. I think I understand what you're getting at, but I want to know, what are you exactly proposing the Fessipton government do?
So, verbal support and any other support that we can give in instilling General Odd into power. But if possible, I would also hope that with the strength of our Navy, we can try to, in this very fractured time that's very difficult and may result in a lot of different parties going to attack Gelia, if we could try to create a blockade of sorts to protect outward groups from, catching backlash of what is happening within the Deep Folk. And then we can try to continue to instill stability into their society from there.
Right. Come on. I think it might be hard to get the stuff about supporting Odd, but we could be so lucky. At the very least, I expect us to be able to pull off your little blockade idea. Come on, let's go talk to Mavis.
Okay.
Keep in mind, Mavis loved me, and I helped her little nephew with his tum-tum.
It's true. You gave him
And-
peppermint, I think?
Thorn, so energized, shoots up out of his chair and is like dragging you down the hall. Or, I mean, if you're keeping up, he's like holding on to you. And he is smiling the whole way. Busts open the door. Gregory, I have some news.
Gregory.
And they're sitting at like a little secretary's table. Oh, Miss Wisdale. How did you know you're in town? Actually, more accurately, when Thorn slams open the door, Gregory lets out a, Oh, just you, Thorn. Hello. Hello. I have to go speak to the old lady. Things are happening. Things are happening, and we're about to make things a lot more interesting. Come along, and then he busts.
Bye, Mr. Sunflower. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you too, Miss Whipsail. And he busts open, Mavis's door. Who Mavis then also goes, ah! Oh, hello, Thor. Ace, hello. Good to see you again. She's still looking healthy. She's still looking great.
Well,
And
Madam
so,
Treasurer.
And Thorn, Mavis, things are about to get more interesting. My friend Ace here has a proposal for you. Tell her what you told me. I need you to roll connection.
You need me to roll connection. I still
Yep.
have all of my counters.
You
I
still-
haven't done anything.
Jesus Christ, you do. Yeah, because you're teleporting.
Yeah.
Yes, you do still have all your
Teleport,
counters. So here's how it's gonna work.
teleport.
You need to make are gonna roll 3 connection rolls. 1 to get her to help at all. 1 to get a blockade. 1 to get her to propose to Odd. Or to propose aid to Odd.
Propose.
Okay. Okay. I'll make
If
one
you-
at a time.
Yeah. So each
And
one
this isn't social combat necessarily,
No,
so I can
this
kick
is-
after.
you can kick after. But keep in mind that if you fail the earlier one, you lock yourself off from the next one.
Okay. That is actually a lucky number. 94 is a lucky number, and I was like, that.
And so again, at the risk
I'm
of
shook.
at the risk of repeating things, Mavis just is like, those poor people, the Shellians will be so victim by. We must simply aid them. All right.
Right.
I believe we should absolutely support the Shellians. I believe the people of the Free Shellian Republic are quite supportive of us. Oh my, this is all very shocking. Roll the next one.
Okay. This one is for General
Is
Odd.
the blockade.
Blockade. Okay. Okay. That is not a lucky number. Once
Damn it.
I will use networking.
Okay.
Okay. That is a d6. 33! That is
33.
a successful
That's-
double.
33 is our lucky number today.
This feels insane.
I have side pains.
So as you're sitting there talking to her,
Do you get... No, you don't get counters for non-successful doubles.
no, non-success doubles do not provide counters because it's a moss of 0. You will need. Okay. I could support a blockade. We could divert some of our trading fleet. I guess that would work. I think that could be doable. Very well. And she's like taking notes down. What was the last thing?
Supporting General Odd. Okay. That is not a lucky number. I
do
will
too.
just use a different tier of networking.
Okay.
I already used my d6. I guess I'll use my d8.
52.
52 with the amount of counters I have is a success.
Oh.
Yay!
I have 33 counters right
God.
now.
Oh my god.
Okay. So I'm. What? She looks at you. I think you've got something going, Miss Swiftsail. I think you've got something here. But there's one problem. What you're proposing is no longer within the bounds of my ability to assist. We must speak to the Lord Protectress herself. So basically what she said is, we're going to the office of the president. You need to
Okay.
speak to the president.
I need to speak to the president about this, okay? Who?
I need you to make a discipline roll. If
To
you
not
fail
shit
this...
myself?
Yes, exactly. If you fail this, you will lose all your counters.
You just want me to lose all my counters.
I have to make it interesting.
With all my counters, that's a success.
I'm...
I don't know what you're gonna do about this.
I've created...
Convince the president.
created a monster. Alright, Ace, I need you to understand something. You are asking us to get involved in a war against... You are asking us to officially take a stand in a conflict that we have stayed neutral on for a very long time. And I want you to know that I support you as a friend and all that we do. But you must understand this is about to be very large, this whole situation. And so... I don't want to waste time. You are coming with us to the office of the Lord Protector. Miss Prudence and Cavan will be
Hey,
speaking.
that's me. Sorry, that's me. Go ahead.
You need to understand something. You are asking for a commitment of military force from a seasoned naval officer. And while I see the merits of what you're proposing, she may be reticent to spill blood, to waste her lives. And so, get ready. This is a fight for you. Be prepared. We're going to pause for a second with you and swing back round to Kaylin.
Oh.
So what do you propose we do?
Well, would you rather me take the blame, or stand by what has been done and train our people and be ready to fight if need be? Hopefully that will not have to happen.
You have two choices.
Mm-hmm.
And as you have a place to play in this, we are going to listen to you.
Mm-hmm.
We're at least going to consider your input. Option 1, we stay out of the fight and do not bring war to our shores, but we will materially support Odd as best we can. It may weaken his position and lower his chances of winning, but if you believe that he is the true... If he is the path to peace, we will see him as a gardener. To make that work, we would have to disavow you and exile you. Alternatively, we are willing to consider Floranian forces standing side by side with Odd. For that, you cannot be disavowed. Furthermore, we will need you to take a more active role in the fighting. We will need you to stand up and be involved, so we cannot disavow you. But you will need to take action yourself.
Mm-hmm.
We give you that choice. Either you live as an exile, or our hands stay clean, or you fight and get dirty with the rest of us.
Holy fuck.
Little girl looks at you.
I know.
She takes your hand with her bare hand. Actually, no, she takes her hand
Oh, her hand.
and
Puts it in the bare hands.
drags you down to the dirt, drags your hand to the dirt,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of like mushes it into the dirt a little bit.
Okay.
Slaps the bare hands on the ground, rubs it around, claps with dirty hands.
Get your hands. Oh. She wants me to join the fight. Oh. She wants. Is that correct? Am I correct in that
That's a pretty
assumption,
solid
Christian?
interpretation.
Okay. Well, they see this, so I feel like I kind of have to go with what she's saying. I'll join.
Very well. In that case, welcome to the
do-
first ever Floranian self-defense force.
Okay. Self-defense is a good word. That's a good word.
We're gonna pause there. Deacon, over in the holding cells, you see Odd's cage fall down to the ground. Or actually, sorry, Odd's cage gets sucked up out of the holding cells.
Ooh,
Yes.
I want to make sure that I made it clear that I did not like Rita in my speech.
Actually, before I turn away, they do go with you. And so, what do you want to be done with the people you brought, the outsiders?
Deacon is a friend. Deacon actually also has one of these. I point to the girl with the bear. He has his own. We acquired them in the same night, as well as my friend Aes, who has contact with the Thessipton government and can hopefully help. And we can unite all of our forces. So he is to be left alone as a friend. Claudia, she is the one who initially sold our people, and I do not view her as good. But if we wish to use her as a message, if that is the way we wish to carry forward, that is something I'm willing to do. Greta, I think, is a threat to everything. She is unpredictable and wants nothing but her own power. I do not think that she is good in this battle, or that she has enough force in it to be of help to us in any way. I do fear of those initial 12 that I arrived with, their response. If we choose to get rid of her, but I think that they can be consoled and pivoted. As I was already able to pivot them against their original plan.
So just to confirm,
Mm-hmm.
you want Greta to meet the island's justice.
Yes.
Very well. And and Claudia, you said island's justice.
If she can be of use to us in any other way, I can't see a reason why. I'd prefer Island's justice, though,
Very well.
as she is equally responsible in this.
Very well. In that case, this will be handled appropriately.
Thank you.
So, Deacon, as you watch General Odd get sucked up into the space.
Looks like the time for reckoning is now. I say to Greta and Claudia. We'll see where our cards will lie.
Always time for reckoning. Goddamn, the Scottish accent's stuck now.
Tap him.
Claudia's like, what do you mean? And then all of a sudden she gets sucked away. 9.
Sanguis lava supervos.
Justice would burn brighter than you could ever see. And then just as hers is about to move, she just winds up, punches the cage out, and starts running towards you. She's coming for you, Deacon. And she's excited. I think at this point,
What a crazy, crazy little lady.
thank you all for watching. Thank you all for playing. And we will see you next time on this episode the next episode of Perpetual Players Menagerie of Fate.
Full body stress, right?
I am so... No, my back hurts so bad. Physically.